Hello, welcome Echoes to Empyrean Rising, episode 42, 41. 41. We are
Nailed it.
so close to the end, and it is a 3-game weekend for me, so I'm a little out of it. Sorry. But this is Empyrean Rising, a Cypher system-based TTRPG. I am Evie, the Disaster GM. Pronouns are she, they, or any, and the GM for this fine disastrous group. Let's go ahead and go around with our introductions, starting with Joel today.
Hi, I'm Joel. I use any pronoun. I am playing Balder Mistforge, who is an appealing speaker who moves like a cat and rises from the depths and is in so much stress.
So much stress, all of the stress. All of the stress.
Great, we're doing great.
Kale. Alina.
Hey, everybody. I am Alina. I am they, them, and Kale, who I will be playing today, is also they, them. They are an empathic explorer who helps their friends and has the soul of a dragon. Nailed it. Did it.
Beautiful.
Did you look?
Perfect. Wonderful.
Yes, briefly.
Yeah. Last but certainly not least, Maggie, are you gonna look?
Hello. You assume I haven't already looked. I did. I'm Maggie. I use they, she pronouns. I'm playing Sybil, who uses she, her pronouns. Sybil is an overeager adept who would rather be reading and is a walking dream. I am joined today with my cat, who is in my lap. So if you see me look, that's what's going on.
Yeah. Yep.
You look
Wonderful.
like a Bond villain.
It's very good.
I am a Bond villain. That's correct.
You guys are about to commit treason and go against the government, so that kind of works.
Great. For like the
That kinda
5th
works.
time.
So many
I
times.
feel like it's
So
one
many times.
continuous
Sybil.
time.
It's
Yeah, it kind of really
petting a
is.
rat.
Yeah.
It's Scott and just
Yes.
Oh god, that would be horrible and wonderful all at the same time.
that's
Okay,
this
so-
is what the end goal is. Sybil is actually going to become the leader.
Yeah.
Maybe, we don't know. We don't know. Like we're gonna be planning today, so I guess we'll see. But yeah, so you might also see from the corner of the screen that we are raising donations for Medical Aid for Palestinians. Medical Aid for Palestinians is a trusted and experienced medical charity. Brian, my brain. They work with trusted and experienced local partners in the West Bank, Gaza, East Jerusalem, and Lebanon. Check out their full site, link in the description and or chat for more information. It will also have a link to our Tiltify, or you can scan the QR code. No donations, or no part of the donations are with AEA or our affiliates, or you can donate directly on their site or just share the word. But with all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and do the content warning and roll into today's session. We at the Archives would like to remind you that this is an adult content rated game with adult language, violence, depictions of violence, possible mentions of loss or trauma, and or similar content. We do our best not to cross each other's lines, but for those watching, you have been warned. Last time, after having been dropped into the pond at a remote country manor, the group settled in, ate some stuff, found some poison, and decided to take a rest before making any final decisions or plans for their confrontation with the council that is in charge of the city that has been kind of going through this weird revolution amid the rising of magic returning to the world. There happens to be among said group someone with some dream powers, so we got to experience a couple of strange dreamy memories and the effects therein. But after consulting with each other in dreams and attempting to figure out what the hell was going on, Sybil spoke with some sort of dream being that may or may not be a future or other version of herself. It was hard to tell, but some answers were given and others were very vague and not quite provided. But after a nice long rest in a comfortable room in which Balder was sleeping against the door, Kale was sleeping against the window in like a lovely patch of warm light, and Sybil was the only one actually making use of the bed. You guys wake to an early morning.
Um, how long did we sleep? Is everyone? Hey, wake up!
Balder is asleep, like fully, like not awake at the moment.
I think Sybil would wake up if you're starting to
Like move
yell.
around.
Yeah.
Can't, is actually like wiping the sleep out of their eyes and sitting up. I'm confused to find themselves in a patch of sunlight, which means they slept through the night, which is not a thing that has happened for some time.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Yeah.
I think so. I weirdly feel a lot better after. Usually, when you sleep that long, you feel all sandy headed.
I had some weird dreams. Did you were you there? Was I in your
You're so loud. No, that's the wrong voice. You're so loud. Keep it down, please.
It's morning,
Sorry.
Balder. We have to get up.
No. No, we don't.
Yes, we do. We have treason.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Oh,
true.
you can
I
wait for later.
did
I
I
had
go in? Did I
good
go in your
dreams.
dream?
I dreamt about
You
all of you.
were there, but you were a child, or at least like a young teenager.
I had such a good dream. I think I stabbed you.
You did stab me in my
Is it
dream.
the
Awesome.
sort of thing you dream about often?
Getting
Mm,
stabbed? Or
No, I'm gonna. I sit up and I'm just like, uh, what time is it?
It seems to be morning, but I couldn't tell you what day it is.
can't be more than what
Oh,
day was it when
we
we
should ask Corey and Ben. They were supposed to wake us. They were keeping watch. They haven't slept.
bored? Are they still here? Did they Yeah, we should find them. Okay.
I am
Also, we need
making.
to feed you. Point at Balder. You
Well,
need
am
to
I
eat.
like a pet?
No, you're just
No,
the only one that eats.
yes.
Oh no, I've seen both of you eat.
Yeah, we can. We
Yeah, but we
don't
don't need to
Yeah.
anymore.
Well,
I
well,
don't
that's
know.
unfair.
I agree. I love food.
Not that. Why do I have to eat? I don't. All right.
Trade.
I begrudgingly stand up. It's fucking. I'm the one with the, and I'm just walking out, just grumbling about needing to eat. Ben, Corey, you awake?
You can still hear.
We should check if anyone else is here. I don't know how long we've slept.
Mhm.
Knowing us, it's the very eve that everyone's going to show up and we have to fix them.
So, walking out into the hallway from the room, you would be able to fairly easily find Ben and Corey as they've kind of posted up in a little like nook that has a large window that leads out or that views rather the road approaching the house that you are in. they don't look well rested, but they also don't look necessarily like they are completely deprived of sleep. Most likely, they kind of took shifts because of the way that the shifts worked. Ben is once again kind of curled up on a little sitting couch off to the side as Corey looks back at you from having watched at the window.
Yeah, I figured they were guards. They are used to being on guard.
Standing
So.
watch.
Yeah.
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 That's what they're doing.
Morning.
Good morning. Terribly sorry we didn't stand our version of watch. You could have woken us.
Thanks for not.
You were sleeping. You looked like you needed sleeping, and then there was a groan at the door when I tried to open it. So, and like Corey just kind of smiles a little uncomfortably because remember, Balder, you were sleeping against the door.
No one could come in. Yeah, that's
So,
why
like,
you were sleeping against the door, I'm
That
sure.
was me. Sorry.
Yeah. So
Security
it's
mission.
yeah.
Do you
It's-
eat?
Yes. Don't.
But like, do
most
you need
people?
to eat?
Yeah.
Oh, thank fuck!
most
Come on,
people
let's go
do.
eat. I need to just start walking to
No.
the kitchen.
Yeah, so he like kind of looks confused and then like takes another peek out the window to make sure nobody is watching, and then like as he comes to join you, like just kicks Ben's boot on his way, who like startles and like looks around, like wipes his face and follows after you.
If you could put some water on for tea, I'll be down in a moment.
Okie
Eh, eh. No. So they follow Balder downstairs.
Yeah, I'm just gonna set some tea or some water for tea because I don't actually think Balder knows how to make tea. And then probably just look for food.
Much like what Sybil had found the previous day, some preserved meats, preserved seeds, fruits, things like that. Mostly things that can keep for like a good while people are not actually in.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put a bunch of it on a plate, on a big ass plate. Set it down at the middle of like the servants' table or whatever, if there's a table in here. Sit down and just start eating. Like it's like a communal. Everybody gets to pick from the same plate type of thing. So I'm just assuming that very piratey. Anybody who is hungry can just reach in and grab whatever they want.
A
Makes
shark-
sense.
Style.
charcuterie board.
Bad pun.
Good. Good.
I
Love
will
it.
see myself out. Goodbye.
We're good.
That was really good.
Thank you.
So I imagine Sybil and Kale are still kind of up by the window, watching out the front door.
hmm
And Kale's been kind of running their claws through their hair, trying to get it in some kind of semblance of order. Sybil, I should ask. If you were in dreams last night, I know that's sort of your thing. Did you mean to travel into our dreams, or is that just a thing that happens?
Bit of both, I want to say. I could feel you guys sleeping. I don't know how to really explain it. Doesn't really make a lot of sense when I try to, but like I could feel you dreaming, and I wanted to know what your dreams were. I should probably ask permission next time.
It hasn't been a problem in the past.
Yeah, but that seems, now that I know that I can do it as a choice and not just, but the last couple times it happened, I didn't mean to. It just kind of happened. I think I'm getting a better sense of like how to do it myself, and I feel like now that I can do that, I should probably ask if I can, because that's weird, right? I didn't mean to like. I saw some stuff. That sounds bad. It was just your dad. Your dad's a jerk, and I didn't mean to intrude.
I didn't think I had any of those sorts of dreams last night, but yes.
I mean, that's so personal. I didn't.
It is. I honestly, though, we've shared so much these past few wild, crazy, treasonous weeks. I don't mind. You could ask me anything and I would tell you.
I don't think I even have any questions at this point. I mean, not about you. All my questions are, what are we doing with the council, and do we think we're going to die?
We could die any day that we wake. I don't know that it's worth
True.
worrying about that.
It's not.
We don't.
Yeah.
It's just that we haven't really explored a lot of your powers yet, or Baldur's for that matter, but
True.
I sort of think that's a bigger book to open, given that he teleported us here with the power of a god. That might take a little more untangling. But your dream powers are something we've experienced before, but we haven't really explored what they can do.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been something that happened that I haven't really had very much control over. I think I'm getting better at this.
That's good. I think all of us are maybe starting to understand what we can do a little better than before, anyway.
Maybe. What do we think? Like, is Baldur gonna just eventually turn into like a fish? Like, what's the end game there?
Pico and I were talking about that the other night, and we're trying to. Pico's a little close-mouthed about other people. It's privacy, obviously, but I imagine there are people who live under the sea, just as there were people that lived under the earth. I think Baldur belongs to one of those folk.
So kind of a fish.
Maybe. Or someone who can command the waves. Certainly we've seen him make beer fly around, and water can't be that much different.
I forgot he did that.
Oh, I haven't.
Listen, there's been a lot of... He killed his captain.
What?
I don't know if you were there for that in his stream. I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you that. That seems weird. The dreams are weird. Also, I don't know if it happened because it's dream. I'm saying it like it's fact. I think Baldur killed the captain.
I know that Baldur has in the past been very sure that he's done some awful things. But I also know that everything we've seen him do has, well, maybe not the bear. Maybe not the bear and eating the face, but everything else has been very helpful. Baldur has put himself in danger to help children. And he's been helping us when he really didn't need to. And had every chance to betray us.
Did we leave Alexei in the grove? Did we tell him where we were going? Oh my god, wait.
No, I think Alexei's may have been... He's either safe in the grove or he's been pushed out and is in the city proper now. But given how the city is right now, I don't think there's any safer place for him.
But Baldur...
And there's food in the grove.
There's just a lot of things going on right now. Yes. Maybe at some point there will be time to... Kale, you know how I am. I'm not very good at, like, waiting to have conversations. I kind of just want to ask right now.
Then do it. We may not have time tomorrow.
That's very true. Okay.
You do have at least 2 days before the council theoretically is set to do their meeting.
But do we even know what day it is?
We've been talking about we might die tomorrow, so like...
We're gonna like get all geared up for tomorrow, and then it's like, oh, we have a whole day. Okay. Hello. Okay, thank you for sharing. Okay, all right.
Aw,
Okay, this is my cat. I love her, and she's gone.
She wanted
Sybil,
to participate.
Sybil's gonna go into the kitchen and try and talk to Boulder then.
I'll come down too, but I'll kind of keep an eye out near the window.
Balder is just eating. There's not really conversation to be had because I imagine Balder and Ben are both very tired. And Corey probably enjoys the silence based on what we know of him.
That's fair.
So we're just eating. Just the sounds of three men chewing.
Great.
Great.
That is.
Ew.
I,
Sybil comes into the door and is just gonna like do a little like nice little knock on the door frame and just be like, "Hey guys, big day coming up. Big days got a lot of treason to do. Quick question: was I in your dream last night? Either of you? Any of you?
what? Ben just kind of looks at you strangely, and Corey looks extremely confused.
That's a real question.
I don't think so. And if
Okay.
you remember, as a player, you rolled really, really badly to influence
I
the
did.
dream, and were just kind of incorporeal
I was
the
just
entire
watching.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, which one of you had the dream about? I want to say it was like a wrestling match between the two of you, and one of you was being real shitty to the other. Is that a real thing that happened?
Like, Ben's like in the middle of taking a drink of water and then just like coughs and chokes on it,
Spit take.
spitting
you,
some
okay.
of it out. What? Sorry, what? What?
That was your dream then. Okay.
I
Just checking.
I
It's okay. I'm
What?
getting better at it, so I won't do it next time unless you tell me that you can or you want me to. But I also don't think I necessarily want to.
I
Yes, we should maybe explain. Sybil's powers seem to be related to dreams, and she's still trying to find some control over it, so it wasn't meant to.
I would prefer to keep whatever happens in my head private, I suppose.
That's fair.
I don't remember what I was dreaming, mostly just
That's okay. I do.
things that happen.
Sybil, that's very creepy.
Okay. Sorry.
I mean, I'm glad you're being honest with them, but also that was the creepiest way to put it.
Okay. No, that's fair. That's fair. Real.
So I'm just happy it wasn't my dreams this time.
No, I was in your dream too. You so question, that's actually before we get into the plan.
I am immediately stuffing my mouth with food, like so much.
No, that's okay. I can talk. So did you kill your captain? I'll wait.
Yeah, and like Corey just kind of looks between Ben and then Balder and then you, Sybil, and like grabs a piece of like preserved meat and like puts it in his mouth and slowly chews, like watching a three-way tennis match. It's yeah.
Gail is trying to like stay out of it by going and bustling around and making tea.
Sorry.
I in your dream, I had your dream. I was in your dream, and you and I want to say there was a girl that you didn't want to talk about, and you mutinied and you killed your captain, and you didn't seem very excited about it.
No, that's not what I dreamt about at all. I was dreaming about sea puppies.
Corey
I
just kind
have
of leans over to you.
an
What
ability.
are sea puppies?
Seals.
I've never seen
yeah.
a seal.
Oh,
Hey.
they're like the dogs of the sea.
Hey, what are you thinking of? Surface
Right
level?
now.
Son of a bitch.
Mind reading.
It is just a constant, just barrage of no. Just over and over again.
Listen,
No, seal puppy. No, seal puppy.
Good.
Listen, we don't actually have to talk about it. Kale was
Oh,
just bringing up.
brilliant. All right, then how did you sleep?
It's just the. Okay, so maybe I do want to talk about it a little bit. I just,
course you do.
I feel like we don't know you, and there's a really good chance that this doesn't go very well tomorrow. And I'm just
Or the
curious.
next day.
Or the next day, yeah, I don't know what.
I
Is there
think.
a calendar here?
Sorry, Ben. How long did we sleep? Was it 2 days? Was it only 1 day?
We probably would have like waken you up like if you were sleeping for that long. It's I don't know what time you slept yesterday, but it's just the next day.
Good. Good. I just a little sandy. It does feel like I might have slept for a million years, but I suppose that actually is a possibility. Anyway, back to making tea.
Ben is still like just trying to also like drink and just stuff his mouth so that he doesn't have to talk about whatever you might have seen him dream about.
Of course. Yeah.
Oh, pop a steaming hot mug of something caffeinated in front of everybody.
I am gonna just down it.
Okay. Oh,
That's
Okay.
very hot. I would.
Oh well,
Well-
I'm downing mine.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair.
Not everybody's, just mine.
We don't actually have to talk about it, and that I'm saying that truthfully and honestly. And you know how I am as a person, that I just like to know everything about everything. When
very
you would like to tell us, we will be here to have that conversation. I just want to point out that it makes me kind of uncomfortable that you called me Captain Princess and you killed your last captain. Okay.
Well, but it's different.
So you
No, no, I don't admit anything.
it's okay. We've all killed people.
I'm not sure.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
I
pretty
think-
sure you have.
I'm pretty sure Jax is the only one I've killed, to be fair.
No, I'm fairly certain you've killed other people.
Sybil
did.
didn't participate in most of the fights beyond like sneaking around and
really.
like confronting like
Oh, yeah.
one or two of the Lancers and
Yeah. You
didn't
did
actually
explode
succeed
a
in killing
dagger
them.
into someone's
He
head.
was
though.
dead already.
Balder doesn't know that. And also, Balder, in character, is not going to let Sybil get away with thinking they've
No.
only killed one person.
And he came back to life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. All right. Here's the thing. What would be the purpose of us talking about this right now? We need to talk about the important things. Like, what the fuck are we going to do?
I think it's important.
Why?
Because I don't know it already.
I don't know that I can argue with that logic.
So I just there's only a couple of different ways that this thing that we're doing tomorrow can go, and I kind of have already gone through all of those options at this point. We either win or we don't, we die or we don't. So like this is a new and different thing that I don't have to think about because it doesn't have anything to do with me or whether or not I'm going to die. So
Yeah.
we
right.
Don't have to talk about it though. We can just plan. We should plan.
Also, Sybil, it's not too late for any of us to leave. None of us have to lay down our lives.
That's a good point. Sybil, you could leave if you wanted to.
I think if we are going to be here and if we're going to do this together, we need to know that we're all. None of us have been coerced into it.
That goes for you guys too, Ben and Corey, pointing.
Yes. Every single one of us has the freedom to walk away from this and let the council do whatever it's going to the city. We didn't mean to get swept up into this. Not a single one of us had this asked of us at any point. Balder, that agreement that we had where you were going to help us, I release you from it.
You
You
can't
don't
do
need to aid
that's
us
not,
anymore.
That's not how that works. No, sorry. I gave you my word that I would follow this through to the end, and I have no intention of pulling out now. Wrong words.
I release you from whatever obligation you feel.
No, that's not how that works. You can't just fancy words your way out of me being
You've
here to help.
helped us far more than you needed to. You've lied for us. You've
Yeah,
snuck through the city for us. You've committed treason at our sides. None
no,
of this is asked of you.
okay, I did not really sneak through the city. Nobody knows who I am. It's not my city, so it's not really treason. And I really haven't lied. You did kidnap me and kind of made me help you.
You lied to the gods to say that we weren't there, and that saved our lives.
I did?
That has more than enough paid for our aid in finding Ace.
I have no memory of this.
I
Did
never
I lie
forget
to you,
to.
Ben? I don't remember lying to you.
No, you were honestly probably more forthcoming than we believed or expected. I thought
Yeah.
we were lying, if it helps.
I don't know how I feel about that. That concerns me that I'm being honest, and then it feels like I'm lying to people.
You said that she, the daughter of two academic consultants, abducted you.
Yeah.
I mean, they apparently it's true, but
It's not true.
and then he just kind of looks between you and Sybil a couple of times and just kind of shrugs at you like seriously. And Corey just kind of goes.
Did you know it's actually more common for people that are rich to kidnap others? It's true. I read it once.
Where?
Okay.
In a paper.
Where'd you read that?
It's a paper from elsewhere. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like. Anyway, even so, if you had asked me this before you fulfill your side of the promise, I would be fine. But I cannot turn my back on you after you've fulfilled your side of the promise. I'm not going anywhere.
All right, Sybil, you don't need to be here either. Like, you got caught up in this because of all your curiosity of what is going on, and we still don't know really what's going on. But you're not obligated to see this through to the end, just to find out what happens. You, among all of us, could just go back to your life from before.
Oh,
No harm, no foul, just pick
I
it back
don't
up where it
think that-
was.
I've faced that in the worst possible way to convince Sybil to leave because now
That's-
they're all going to be like, I want to find out what's going on, and therefore I will stay.
I do want to know what's going on, but I think a little bit more importantly than that is that I kind of have a bad habit of running away from things, and this is something that I would like to see through to the end. I don't want to. I don't want to leave you guys.
I feel like that's noble enough a reason as any.
So, what are we doing?
I've no fucking
That
clue.
is
Me neither.
a very good question. But this ability that you have, Sybil, to find out information from people and their dreams, I can't help but thinking that the council is going to come here, and there are enough beds that they may sleep here overnight.
True.
I don't know if it's possible to travel through all their dreams in one evening, or even if we'd find anything useful. They could just be dreaming of silly fripperies, going to a court ball or whatever. But we know nothing about why they're doing any of this to the city. They've put the city into a state of war for no gain that we can see, especially when they're the ones who are supposed to be preventing this sort of conflict from happening in the city. They're the guardians of the peace of Icenbridge, and yet they've brought war to their own doorstep, which only makes them look incompetent. I can't understand any of it.
No, it doesn't make very much sense, does it?
No.
Okay.
All we have to go on is the papers that are proof that they've known about this for years before it started happening, which I still have in my possession.
Hmm.
The little bit of information that Sabah was able to give us, that various members of the council have been corrupted. We don't know by whom or to what ends, but we do know that there are those among them who are resisting. Chief among them, Leona Callum. And we know that everything points to us needing to speak with them. And that's
Right.
all we have.
Right. Right. Okay, so the options are we talk to Leona before they get here on the road, or we try to talk to them once they're in their room.
I suppose we could hide ourselves in the walls of this house and just listen to them speak. Clearly, if they're all in on a conspiracy, they're going to speak about it freely here, far away from any listening ears.
I don't think I have to hide.
Well,
What makes you say that?
Well, I mean, they don't know who I am.
yeah, exactly. If they see you, they're certainly not going to talk to you.
Unless I can convince them that I am someone.
A secret council member.
No, but they've got people from foreign lands intervening, right? So it was another person.
Honestly, I think they're more likely to talk to Sybil.
I could
Harper
tell
knows
them I'm
you
Sybil.
and trusts you somewhat, right, Sybil?
At this point, I don't know. Maybe we can try. There's an
You're
equal
also-
chance that he will just commission someone to drive me home immediately. But also there's no way of knowing. So
No. You're the one person we know he can't put under lock and key.
true. Okay. Okay.
But if we remain hidden, you're also one who can listen in freely without being seen.
It's not really like a as far as Evie, as far as I'm aware, Sybil's powers work. It's not like an invisibility thing.
It is not.
It's just a can phase through things sometimes, but it's more of like an active thing as opposed to like a passive.
You
What
are
if you-
visible, but you are not tangible for the most
Yeah.
part.
Well,
Like,
what if?
and that tangibility is very slow. It's like trying to move through Oobleck.
What if I just stick my ear through a wall?
That's what I was gonna
Yes,
say.
that's what I
Like,
was
you just
thinking.
face into the wall and then just poke it.
I mean, I could. It wouldn't be weird
Just like
at all.
behind a tapestry, there's just an ear.
That's so
Yeah, you
uncomfortable.
could. It's just that you would be visible on the other side of that wall.
Sure.
So you guys would have to set it up to where you are hidden in some fashion wherever it is that you are poking part of your body through.
Do- the manor you've given, because you gave us the
Oh, yeah, we have a
layout.
map now.
Yeah.
Do we? Because after we've walked around, is there any like clear indication where a meeting of this size would take place?
Probably in the large dining slash meeting area. It should be
Yeah.
on the bottom floor, which I believe is where I currently have you guys.
Like bottom left?
Like,
I didn't know there was an upstairs.
Oh no.
yeah, you were originally upstairs. So top left
Oh, gotcha.
is like the large dining slash meeting area. Top right are a variety of guest rooms slash servant rooms. There is a large music and entertainment room in the bottom left that they might be able to all fit in, but is not set up with tables and seats. You guys were meeting in the kitchen, which is the bottom right. And if you wanted to look at the top floor again,
I don't know that we're looking at the same thing.
Yeah, our maps have stayed the same.
I think
Yeah,
we're
I see
still-
bedrooms. I see bedrooms and
Yeah, I think we're still
No
in
music
the
room.
upstairs. You're not. I think you
Okay,
need to
so
change
let
it
me-
for us at the top.
Yeah.
Roll 20.
roll 20, everybody. It's
God, I hate it.
So here's the reason why I ask is because if it's on a second floor, what if she just sticks her head through the floor under the table?
There we
And-
are.
Oh, there we go. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Got it.
Okay, yeah, but
Let's
it is
see.
the
Oh, that's different. That's a very different view than what we had before.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
yeah.
To be fair, stick
Yeah.
my ear through feeling.
Yeah, that
Wouldn't-
top left does look like a big meeting room.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't you just go through eventually? If you're intangible, you're not like standing on the floor. You would just keep
Yeah, you're not a
sliding through the
you're
floor.
not a ghost. You still are via gravity. So if you start letting yourself phase through the floor, you will eventually continue phasing through the floor.
You would just
Fall into the middle of the
literally crash
table.
the party. Just
That sounds kind of fun. No.
no.
It could be fun.
Well,
I was gonna see because I started that and I was thinking, well, you just put a rope around me. Yeah, I see the problem immediately.
if you put the rope around you, that will happen
I
one of two things.
I
Either
said-
the rope is intangible with you and we can't hold it, or it isn't intangible and then it'll just phase through you.
Right.
Yeah.
Perhaps it's best to do a brief discussion of the resources available to us.
Okay.
I
Notebook.
have been trying to change this morning and I haven't been able to.
Oh.
Magic just isn't strong enough yet.
See?
So I can try to defend us a little bit, but I'm not going to be as effective as I was a few days ago.
No, and we don't have any more of the
Super juice.
Yes.
goo. Sounds better than
So,
goo.
I can
Baldur?
talk to people. I'm really good at telling people that I am something that I'm not.
What would you tell them?
Things. I don't know.
Incredible.
Well, I've got a couple of like ideas.
Now would be the time to share.
Well, it's just I don't want to.
what about your water?
What about
water
what,
magic.
Are you thirsty?
No, I was just wondering, do you know how it works? What can you do with it?
It- move it.
That's not nothing.
That's
Out of character. It's a shield. That's literally all I have.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
a
yeah,
water shield. Um,
oh come on.
I can. I could pretend to be royalty from somewhere else, someone of import.
Could we not just... Okay, I know it's a bad idea when even it sounds like a bad idea before I say it.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, what if we just take the council hostage? Yeah, I know.
You have experience doing that. It could work.
I just...
I doubt my abilities to go toe to toe with Sabah and take her
Yeah,
hostage.
well, that is the bigger thing, is that Sabar is long, and not only Sabar, but potentially a council full of people who also are at Sabar's level in ways that we don't know.
That's part of what I wanted to speak with Leona about. Like, we don't know. My suspicion is that they've been hoarding magic for themselves as some way to empower themselves. Clearly,
Mhm,
not all of them
mhm.
are in on it. But Sabah has always been unusually powerful, even from a very early day. And that's one of the reasons that they may have known about magic for so long, so that they could hoard it for themselves.
I also would like to point out, do I? Hold on. I do. Do I?
You
I
do you?
do.
Do you?
Also,
Maybe?
sorry, I needed to confirm
Do?
in my character sheet, whatever that is. I also have the little gravity thing that I did during the fight. I still
Oh,
have.
that could
Yeah.
be fairly nice.
Yeah, we do have some magical artifacts at our disposal. By the
That
way,
is true.
Sybil, could you get my hat out of this ball? And I hand her the ball of holding. It got in there and I don't know how to get it out.
Yeah, you do have that. You also still have the spirit box, which won't help you very much throughout this. And then you also have the dagger, or not dagger, but dart, the barrier dart that Sybil has been carrying around.
Oh,
I
right.
forgot I had that.
Yep.
You can, like, drop it and make, like, a little sanctuary area, right?
I think it's just a wall.
It's basically able to do a wall or a barrier, like in a doorway. You can basically block them into an area or block yourselves into an area, things like that. And it is a full-on magical barrier, which means that even Sybil can't get through it.
I've also got this, and I pull out the amplifier, which is what they were looking for at your home, Sybil.
Right.
Oh.
At the
What
very least,
happens if we use the amplifier again?
I figure it amplifies things.
Right, but I thought Pico had like some very specific opinions about it.
Did he?
Did I make that up?
Did he?
Pico had some very specific opinions about a variety of things, and
And the spirit
how-
box.
The spirit
and
box.
the
Yeah,
spirit
that
box
was it.
especially.
That's why
The
I'm
spirit
holding on to it, because
box
Pico was like,
was
this doesn't
a-
belong in human hands.
like,
And I'm like,
a
well,
a blasphemous thing, and there's a number of things that Pico has very, very strong opinions on that at least Kale will have understood are possibly just because Pico might be a little opinionated.
I'm getting that impression.
We could use it as a gambling, not as a gambling, as a
Right.
bargaining chip at the very least.
So
Here's the thing. I would prefer if this didn't come to combat at all. But if they do try to seize us and take us hostage, I'm not going to let them.
Oh yeah,
what are we... Okay, what do we hope to accomplish, first of all?
kill the bad guys. Save the
I
city.
don't know.
We're
No,
going to
not if
kill
we don't
them.
need to. I want to know why they have let the city get into this state.
Corey kind
As
of
well as-
raises his hand. Who exactly are the bad guys?
We don't know.
Sybil's uncle.
That one though. We do know that one.
Culturally.
And I believe the
Harper,
leader of
by
the
the way.
Lancers as well.
That
Yes.
one.
I believe is also here.
Gustal?
That
No, he had a
no,
different name.
Victini.
Victoire.
Valencia.
It was Victoire.
Oh, Victor.
Victoire.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Them.
I don't know anything about Victoire, but yeah, Gustal is one of the council.
Hmm.
Yes. In
Oh,
charge of
I don't know
diplomacy.
names.
Gustal seems to be the one that has invited the Lancers here and given the city over to another city-state for some reason. We don't know why.
So
No.
our main goal is to figure out what is happening. What do we intend to do about it?
I
I
feel
don't
like there's
know.
only one answer for that.
There has to be more than this. This was the conversation that we had. This was the conversation that we had in your dream that we said we're not going to talk about, but it was that I think that there has to be a position between being unhappy with your present government and killing them. There has to
Well,
be something in between.
I don't remember this conversation that we are not going to talk about, but I believe
About your dream, about how
if we
you
watch the government kill a bunch of people, then they deserve to die for it. Their job is to serve the people, not the other way around.
The problem is that we don't know any of the circumstances. We do know that Sabah spoke of a corruption, but we don't know what that is. Did they find an artifact that has seized their minds? We don't know. It could be Hopper's in the thrall of something else, and that's why he's acting as he is. In which case, we wouldn't kill him, we'd try to get him loose from its grasp.
Well, Sybil, how long has your uncle been an absolute dickhead?
my entire life.
I don't think that's a reason I got affected by magic thing.
To be fair, he's only gotten worse in the last couple of
I would
a
also like to point out that Sabar didn't speak on anyone being corrupted. You guys found a variety of documents indicating that she covered up corruption that was indicative of them ruling and making rulings for personal gain and manipulating like various types of things like that.
That's true. We found out that Harper had someone killed or disappeared.
Not just
It
someone,
has
a
been
bunch of
implied
people.
multiple times that Harper manipulates those who do not go along with what he wants, sometimes to the effect of them being disappeared.
Okay.
I believe that the Rendon Nalsk was guilty of embezzlement based off of the notes that you had. So it kind of makes sense that that's what he did because of what he does in the council, because he's in charge of trade and things like that. Leona directly opposes a lot of the corruption and the things that they attempt, and is the only one that wasn't really noted in any of Sabar's hidden and forged scripts. Let me find the rest of the list because there's a lot of them.
Victoire is the captain of the Lancers.
Victoire is the captain of the Lancers.
He's
Brought
not
in
on the council,
by
but he.
No.
Yeah.
I think
that
he
was
is
brought in
the most
by
dangerous
the
one.
council
100%.
member in charge of diplomacy and foreign relations.
Is that what we're calling it these days?
Jeez. Let's see. I'm getting back up to where all of the council members are because I need my full list of them.
There's so many of them.
Yeah, you guys are going to be... so the tithe and
We walked
taxes in the
into
city-state...
fucking worst place.
So the council member that is in charge of the generalized tithe and taxes in the city-state. So the tithe to the city-state for the maintenance of various things and the pay of the guards and different things like that. Ilian Skull basically is not in charge of embezzlement, but not guilty of embezzlement, but the notes from the council and from Sabar indicate that certain people were like waived and didn't have to pay based off of favor from Ilion.
I think we're gonna have the rich guys.
Yeah, the
Sorry, Sybil.
council
You gotta
member
go.
that was in charge of maintenance and
Very nice.
infrastructure in the city-state that worked directly with Ilion Skull was guilty of very similar of the same thing, favoring certain projects and promotions that had more to do with personal gain as opposed to what was going to be beneficial to the city-state, though not to the extent that it was like in disrepair. Like very obviously neglect towards a lot of the poorer areas, especially Deepview, but not to the extent that like the city-state was in ruins. I already told you about Gustal working with the foreign governments to bring in the Lancers, and that's really all that Sabar really has on the guy, which is why initially you thought that he was not one of the corrupt. And then Sabar basically covering up all of that shit for them.
I think
Yeah.
I think the problem is it's a little naive to think that we're going to face the council and it not result in them attempting to just make us disappear.
I understand that. That makes sense. I would prefer that we knew what we were trying to accomplish before we get in front of a group of people that are probably going to try and kill us. Because they're also going to ask us. And that feels really bad to have to stand there and go, I don't know. I think we just. Kale's mouth is moving and nothing is coming out.
We don't know why we're trying to stop them. We just know that they need to be stopped. That's
So
not a
what
good place to be.
Well, I mean, we do know why.
we
There's
do,
a lot.
there,
Lancers are attempting to take over the city. We watched this government choose to suppress and essentially siege against its own people. We've watched
Absolutely, but we don't know
God
why.
attacking the children. That
don't
is
know
enough
why.
reason to want them
If
off.
this is their city, why are they bringing people from elsewhere to conquer it? They run it.
And-
What do they stand to gain?
Balder, you know that as soon as there's a vacuum of power,
Aye,
someone's going to fill it. And
aye,
if we're not careful, we can make this a lot worse.
that is true.
So, as much as I agree that I think the easiest thing would just be to get rid of the corruption, if we
Mhm.
don't have some kind of system in place or plan, we've just made things worse. And I know you've said a bunch of times this isn't your home, but it's mine.
But it's also why I'm not saying just to kill all of them. Not all of them are corrupt. We know that
Problem
at
is, we
least one of them
have-
isn't.
Any knowledge of why we're doing this? We just know it needs to be done.
No, we know why we are doing this. We don't know why they are doing it, and that's a very clear difference. We know why
Wait,
they're doing this. We've
wait.
seen.
Wait, we need information, right?
Yes.
I've completely forgotten. My powers are not limited to just becoming a dragon. Do you remember the tea ceremony we did?
Yes.
Mm, yes.
If we need information, we can just ask for it.
Do we have to do another tea ceremony?
I don't have any better ideas.
Oh.
I mean, I will go along with whatever you choose to do. But I just don't believe that it is as important to know why they're doing what they're doing. I don't think that's relevant after they've already done what they've done.
It would help us plan on how to stop them.
Yeah, we need something over them. We need information from
And
them.
if we could simply speak to Leona Callum, I think they might tell us. But we don't know where they are or how to find them, or even if they would speak to us. As far as they know, we are wanted criminals who started a
Actually,
revolution that's tearing their city apart.
actually,
No more
I
actually.
think we do know why they're doing this. And I grab the amplifier again. Magic. Your parents, they
Yeah.
were looking for magical items and we're looking into it. We found one of Sabar's people outside of your home looking to find and look for magic items. The Lancers were here also looking for this specific object. We know they are looking for your ancestors' things. Because that's also what Ace is looking for, is it not? The magic.
We think so.
They're looking for power.
Yes?
But they have all of the power already.
But they don't have magical power. Or at least not enough.
Hmm.
If
The
Sabar is
thing,
more powerful than a lot of people, when magic had only begun to awaken, she must have gotten it somehow.
the thing is,
And
if they,
we got it by finding that magic seep and just drinking raw magic. But what if there was some way to do that with the artifacts? To drain their power and channel it into themselves. Is that
uh,
Harper's game?
I don't know about all that. But if we are living in a world with magic in it, regular weapons and regular equipment isn't going to cut it anymore. And we already know that there's at least one person that is aware that there is a horde of magical items out there. Magic items that are meant to, at the very least, make or combat magic.
We need to talk to Leona.
Me too.
We need to talk to Harper, potentially. We need some way to hold a large group of people in relative stasis so that if they get some less than good opinions about us, we aren't immediately going to die.
Or we hide ourselves as we gather information.
Or we
If
hide.
they don't know that we're here, they can't seize us.
I think maybe I want to talk to Harper. I think he might talk to me. And if he doesn't, it's easy enough to just slip away and meet back up with you guys if we decide to hide. But I think I might be able to get him on my side. Maybe not get him on my side, but convince him that I'm on his. Just to be able to actually understand.
And how are you going to do that?
Tell him whatever he wants to hear.
How are you going to
convince him?
find him?
Find him. He's coming here.
With everybody else.
Exactly.
We would have to wait for him to get here before we talk to him. And then we'll have the entirety rest of the council, their guards, servants, and the lancers, probably.
Right.
So put that
But-
low on the list.
Sybil, if you said yourself you're willing to speak to him.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that he can't trap you through normal means.
In theory.
He can't just throw you in a room that you can't get out of.
Yeah.
Balder, you can potentially pass yourself off as something else. Sybil's rescuer, even. You rescued her from Jax and myself, the horrible people who kidnapped her, tried to fill her brain with nonsense.
They do.
Maybe you can be
Right.
in the house as well and
I have
try to
done that,
speak
yeah.
to them. I need to be hidden because I'm one of those horrible people. But Pico can perhaps... Pico's small. He can creep along and report back in on me, to me, if I'm hidden somewhere else in the house. And I'm there if we need to break our way out of here. I can probably hold off Sabah long enough for you to buy you some time to disappear into the woods.
I mean, the problem with Sabah is not whether we can hold her. I can hold Sabah for however long I can speak. The problem is everybody else.
And we don't know what powers they have, but it's likely that most of them have some share of magic.
Just start brewing more tea. We need to have another ceremony.
We do. I don't think we can plan much more than that without more information.
It seems so serious when the universe tells us to do something. It feels like
It's all right. Last time it told us to do something, we didn't do it, so it's fine.
we are actively here because it told us to do something.
Well, it told us to go talk to Leona, and then we
And we
did
haven't.
not.
We should have left the
know, it
city
just-
before we could.
It's too serious. It's fine. We need to talk to Leona before they get here. And I need to talk to Harper after he gets here. I think it wouldn't be too ridiculous to claim that I had a staff, at least a couple of, like, a person, Kale, if we could find some way to maybe hide the hair and the hands and
Just
I-
everything about me.
yeah.
I feel like that's not going to work with Kale.
I don't think that will work. But Pico could hide with you, if you have a bag or something. As long as I'm not too far away, I don't think that the two of us can be separated for very long. And Kale's gonna start setting out the stuff for
Yeah.
a tea ceremony.
I think while you're making tea. Damn. Sorry, I just saw. I just saw what Abby checked on the Discord.
Oh,
I'll let you guys
oh,
know. I just
huh?
let you guys know approximately what
Oh,
Leona
damn.
looks like.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
I was like, "Fuck." Okay. While you're making meals or the tea,
Woo!
I am
Hello.
going to.
3 separate times.
Hi, Leona.
Sybil.
Guys, I think that the players like the way that Leona looks.
Leona's
yeah.
hot. Anyway.
Fuck yeah.
Maddie.
We need them on our
Hang
side
on,
for sure.
Hang on.
We need Leona on our side.
I do
just
not have
because they're
rights to
hot.
that art. I do not have rights to that art.
That's right.
Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh.
Yeah, I
It's
do
just,
not have rights to that
to
art. That
be
was
able to
a Google
have-
search.
Real good,
Okay.
though.
It's
Gotcha.
a face claim. It's why we're just doing roll 20 for us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sybil, since you're able to get into people's heads, can you get into mine?
Pick a number.
4.
I mean, don't tell me.
Oh, I see.
Pick a different number. Think about it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Can you read
Mind
Baldur's
reading.
mind?
Mind reading.
It's 4 again.
4.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I can read your mind.
Okay, cool. I need you to stay connected because I'm going to go into Ace's mind right now.
Oh.
I want to
Okay.
see if you can
That's
see.
useful.
What I see.
It's not super deep. So it's just whatever you're currently thinking about. So I don't know how it
Okay.
feels when you're looking through Ace's mind, but just think really hard about whatever you see.
Okay, and I'm gonna use my IS of Ace for the day because it's a new day.
Okay. I would like an intellect roll from Sybil because you are attempting to use this in a different fashion than it is meant to. And I would also like an intellect roll from Balder to see how good you are at thinking of everything that you see.
I'm going to put a level of effort, my free level of effort into this.
Okay.
It's an 11.
I'm
Okay.
gonna put a level of effort into it, and maybe actually 2 levels of effort into it, because I rolled a 7.
Ooh. We are maybe full up because we did sleep finally.
No.
We got a long rest.
Yeah, you got a long rest, so you've got ciphers to burn if you need to.
Oh wait,
Let me do
that's
my
true.
recovery rolls.
Oh yeah, we have
Yeah.
free Cypher. We have a free
Hell
unless
yeah.
I do have
unless
a
we end up
cipher to
fighting
burn.
today, we are free ciphering.
We'll be
Oh,
fine.
wait, and then we also have
Oh.
a nat 20 to Balder.
Oh,
Ooh.
Yeah, we have a nat 28 to Balder from our
I
wonderful
will
viewer
I
in
will-
chat.
I'm gonna save it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna
okay.
use it for now.
Okay.
I will put actually. I will put another point of effort into this. Just
Okay.
just
So what are our totals now?
it's still 11.
11? Okay.
11. Yeah.
And did you re-roll, Maggie, or are you going with
Yeah.
7?
I rolled a 12.
Okay. All right.
That's pretty good.
It's
So as you sit back and you close your eyes and you concentrate and you are focusing, and you're
So hard.
focusing really, really intently, you find yourself kind of swaying. It's almost like you're on a boat, but no, you're on a horse. Ace is on a horse,
Oh,
traveling somewhere.
I'm on a horse. It's brown. It's got mane, and it's in the woods.
I hate this.
And
I hate
I'm
this.
playing.
I hate
It's
this.
in a
I
boat,
hate
but
this.
not in a
I
boat.
hate this. Sybil is saying that out loud. She's like, oh my god, oh my god.
Sybil, you catch glimpses of a like pale horse mane and like hints
Not even the
of
correct
greenery around you, but it's sort of like this strobe effect of it's connected and then it's not, and when it's not connected, it's Balder going, I'm on a horse, I'm on a horse, I'm on a horse, I'm on a horse. It's a
green,
horse,
it's green.
I'm
And
on
then
a horse,
there's
I'm in the
trees,
I'm in the
and there
woods.
might be grass.
I'm in the
Actually,
woods.
I don't know. The horse might be
It's
brown,
very
or maybe
disorienting.
cream colored.
Yeah, it's very disorienting. But you are on a horse, Balder. Ace
Yep.
is riding. Their hands, where you can see them holding the reins, are a very, very dark tan, almost olive toned.
Dark tan, olive tone.
The fuck? Let's talk
The
brides.
horses?
Okay. I have no idea what that chat was from YouTube, but you are on a horse. You've got he's got
I'm on a horse.
darker toned skin, almost olive toned, very kind of Mediterranean in
Yeah.
appearance.
I don't know what Mediterranean is, but that's the word that came to mind.
Yeah, they've they've shifted their appearance again in a way that you aren't fully familiar with what they're going to look like. But they are riding and looking around, just kind of being aware of their surroundings initially before
They're looking around, getting more of their surroundings.
before there's this kind of sigh and chuckle, and it's to
The
you,
sigh and
Boulder,
chuckle.
at least very familiar, because it's that kind of, it's that same sound that Ace would always make just before they indulged you in something.
Yeah.
Before the eyes turn and
They're about to indulge me?
look
They're about to indulge me?
because before their eyes turn and look at a nearby carriage.
There's a nearby carriage. There's a nearby carriage. Left side, left side.
Sybil, the little pieces that you're catching of this are dark hands holding reins on top of a horse. Sorry, dog. Dark hands holding reins on top of a horse. Woods, like glimpses of them. And then a carriage of some kind, ornate, but not one that you recognize. And then for just the slightest second, Sybil, you catch the beginning of this, and then Balder, you will be able to hear all of it. You do know that I can sense
Talking
you.
to me, talking to me. He's sensing me, he's sensing me. I'm freaking out, freaking out.
You are so young still.
Talking about how I'm young. Talking about how I'm young.
I hope that
Even though I'm
you're
not.
learning to be your own person at this point. Even though you
I'm
do
being
keep
judged.
looking over my shoulder.
Something about looking over their shoulder, even though I'm clearly seeing through their eyes.
Where do you think I'm going?
He's asking me where I think he's going, and I guess if I could answer. They're stupid, they're stupid.
If
I'm
you're
keeping
keeping
Sybil
my
informed on what
it
I'm
makes the
thinking.
psychic connection better.
Yeah. Yeah. And then there's like kind of a shuffle, and like the position on the horse changes as Ace reaches behind them into a saddlebag and rifles around. And Sybil also catches as they pull something forward in their hand, and just as the time runs out, you see the glimpse of something somewhat like copperish brass, and then nothing.
Something coppery brass, I think, is the words that I just heard.
Yeah.
Or saw, or thought. Did you get it? Did you get it?
Sybil is just like sitting with her head in her hands, just like, I hate this so much.
Did you see?
Please stop talking. Oh my god.
Are you
There
still
was-
connected to my brain?
No,
Okay, good.
Are you all right?
no, that was very disorienting.
Right? It's so weird.
No, I didn't. That was just a lot of words. I haven't done that for that long. They're coming somewhere. Are they coming here?
I don't know. There was something copperish in
Yeah, what was
Ace's
that?
hand. I don't know. Could be anything really. Could be a stick. Could be like a tube.
All that I can think of was no, because I don't think that's what the
Do I have
transit array looked like.
any memory of something that resembles whatever it was that he had? That they had.
Intellect roll.
Into the
Would it
roll.
help if I
He's-
unmuted my mic?
I'm
I-
going to put out 2 levels of effort into this.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay.
Because I can recover later. It's fine. 17.
I got a 17 too.
Oh, squad.
Oh, look at you.
dang.
It does not look super. It wasn't like something that was particularly familiar to you. It's probably something that Ace found
Of course.
somewhere, because you know that they were like looking to go exploring through various tunnels to attempt to find something.
Yeah.
It's kind of the implication that whatever Ace was looking for, they found in the interim of the time that you were sleeping.
I don't know what it is, but it's bad news.
Yeah, they were looking for. If they were
Yeah,
looking for Vukan studies, then they clearly found it.
I think Ace is wherever Ace is going with a carriage. So I assume here. But more importantly, if they were, that's probably a magic artifact of some sort, which means that we may actually be in. Ace might be here.
Right.
Let's trying to fight.
Then
Or
that
conversation.
plan on that. We don't know who Ace will be when they get here. Maybe they're masquerading as one of the counselors. Maybe they've been hired.
Well, actually, we actually might know who Ace is.
How so?
Because I can see through his eyes. Their eyes. Our eyes.
Right.
So when
So-
everybody gets here, I can just be like,
check.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
and I
I
can
thought
be
you
like-
know now.
So if I'm here and then I'm being looked at from that place, then I can just be like, oh, there he is.
So it'll. Yeah, but we can only do that when they're all sitting in the same place.
Right.
Great.
It's the only
You
time I'm
didn't
going to need it.
see any landmarks or anything, did you? We don't know how far out they are.
There was some type of
It was the
vegetation.
woods.
Right. We should plan that maybe the earliest outriders might be here by tonight. Likely, I think they would all be here tomorrow or the day after. 2 days? We have
Maybe.
2 days at most.
I think we should prepare for them to be here now, for all we know.
May the GM offer like a spooky metagame little suggestion, figuring out whose house it is and who is hosting might help you to determine who is most likely
yeah.
to arrive first.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
yeah.
That's fair.
I don't know why. I think Paradoha might be telling me that we might need to figure out who the fuck owns this place.
Yeah, we should probably investigate this house if then see
Yeah.
what is here.
Yeah, Corey, Ben, you've been here before, haven't you?
No.
I thought that's why we were able to teleport here, because you knew where this was. We've been something about training here.
Approximately. We've trained nearby, but
Oh.
not here.
So you don't know who
Rich-
owns this.
Rich
No.
people like to have their heraldry and names all over things. If we look in the study and maybe a bedroom, there should be something.
All right, everybody split up and search for clues.
And then tea ceremony?
Yes.
Oh yeah, do you want to do that first, or do you want to do that? I don't know how tea works.
Well, yeah, is it?
Let's look for who first, because that might. We only get one question,
oh
so
yeah,
it better be a good
That's
one.
true. That's true.
yeah. All right. I'm gonna head upstairs then.
I'll go look for like
yeah.
a study or
Mm-hmm.
sitting room with heraldry.
I too am searching.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll go search.
Let's
Okay.
go.
All right, so we have Balder checking around upstairs. We've got Kale checking around in. You said the study, so I'm assuming you mean like the large entertaining music room or like one of the rooms upstairs?
Probably the entertaining music room and then the little meeting room across the hall from it.
Okay.
Those seem
So
likely
where are you
places to
checking?
find papers.
Anywhere else?
Okay. Okay.
We're all splitting up.
Yeah.
So, like, the reason why I ask was so that I know what type of stuff you may or may not find. So go ahead and
Yeah.
give me some search checks. They are intellect based.
I am skilled at perception and identifying if it comes up.
Okay.
Am I good at any of
I'm
these
gonna
things?
put some effort onto
No.
this. You're holding up a 3? Okay.
12.
12.
I got a
okay.
13, but I've put effort onto this and I'm skilled.
Okay.
I was gonna
Sybil,
put effort into
do you
things,
have
but-
any like skills that are applying to this?
No.
Okay.
I mean, literally no.
Okay.
I've looked through like magic training, fucking anthropology.
Okay.
She's gonna find like a family tree somewhere, but it's written in a different language, and she's like, nah, that's not important. Just
Honestly, a
so
family
we've got
tree is probably something you could read.
We've got a 12, a 13, and a 3. You find rooms that are like Balder, that are like somewhat closed up. They aren't in frequent use, so there's not really even a lot of clothing there. So hard to find most things upstairs.
Yeah. Yep.
And then we've got the 2 major rooms that are being checked over by Kale, and then just wherever by Sybil. Kale, you actually are probably going to find the first clues as to who it might be. In that music room, there are also a variety of bookcases and shelves that contain a number of books, including treaties and laws and ledgers and communications and histories of a variety of other city-states.
Interesting. Maybe Gustal, the diplomacy thing.
Yeah. You also find a couple of strange instruments that do have writing on them, probably some sort of inscription in a different language. And then going into the large dining room slash meeting room, you would mostly find like some embroidered like napkins and things in a crest, and occasionally what might be excessively fancy script, like
Cool. I will pocket
letters
one
that are
of the
yeah,
napkins.
that are so like complex that it's hard to tell what the letters are.
Or peek my head out and go, Sybil,
Yeah.
Sybil, where are you?
Okay.
Sybil's just staring at like a picture on the wall, like, oh yeah, yeah.
Um, do you know this crest? It'll hold up the monogram.
Nope.
As far as you know, Sybil, most of the council do not actually even have their own crest.
Mm.
Because they are a technically voted council, even though the vote is probably extremely corrupted based off of everything that you've discovered so far, they don't have like a royal crest. There's not even a crest of Eisenbridge. So the stylization is very strange to both of you. And Sybil, this is especially strange to you because you study anthropology. This is not the type of like embroidery, this isn't the type of like filigree and flourishing that you would typically find in the stylization that is part of Eisenbridge's history and culture.
Are we absolutely convinced that we're still in Eisenbridge? Or, like,
Who knows how far we were teleported?
In terms of like travel times and maps that you have seen, it would take a couple weeks to travel out of Eisenbridge, as in Eisenbridge territory versus the city itself. Because while it is the capital city, it is the capital of a city state. It has a large territory that then neighbors other territories that are considered city states.
How long have the counselors been traveling for? Because I know we were trying to find Leona like a couple days ago, and we thought she maybe already had left, or they'd left.
They were mostly leaving throughout the course of that day, and Leona had already left that morning.
So the counselors have been traveling for what, 2 days?
Yeah,
And it'll be
couple
another
days.
2 days for them to get here?
Yeah.
Sybil, what is 4 or 5 days ride away from Eisenbridge proper?
the, do you mean like once we actually leave the territory or the city?
Just the city itself.
The woods?
Yeah, small townships, farms, little settlements that all pay tithe to the city state itself, but not a lot of things outside.
Not like another major city. Yeah. Well, this is what I've found so far. Oh, there was also markings on these instruments. I'll lead Sybil over to the library again.
Markings?
Yeah, it's not in a language that you. Well, it might not be in a language that you have encountered. Go ahead and roll a history.
Oh, let's see.
I mean, you've studied anthropology, so of the group, you are one of the few that might actually know what it is.
I got a 19.
Ooh.
Minor effect. It is very familiar to you, not from your studies, but from the couple of times that you have seen the filigree and decoration on the Islandess armor.
Oh.
Like the Lancers.
Like the Lancers. The city-state of Islandess.
Does this look... Kale, does that look like the Lancers to you?
It certainly doesn't look familiar to me at all, but it... So it's not something I've seen around our city before.
Yeah, you haven't seen writing on their armor for you to have been able to see what their writing looks like, but the flourish, being able to make that comparatively speaking to like the writing and the way that script and language works in comparison to the decoration that is common. Like, there's a reason why Old English is frequently paired with Baroque in terms of stylization and things like that. So, like, different scripts are common to different areas that have very similar decoration, and you're able to make that comparison with that, like, 19 minor effect. So, most likely, a lot of the stuff here is in, like, the stylization of the neighboring
Islandess,
city state
not
of
Isenbridge.
Islandess.
Great.
So, my question then is, why would a god captain, is this Vitois' house? Why would someone from Islandess have a grand house this close to Isenbridge
Why would the council have a
A
council
meeting
meeting in a
at their house?
foreign dignitary's house?
Boulder, did you let them know that you can speak the language of
I think
Islandess?
we were there at one point, right?
I think so.
This happened
Because
during
I
I
know
think-
that
You
you were
talked about-
speaking to them, but it was like at the end of a combat, so I don't know if you actually let them know that you speak it.
I think after the fact I may have,
Okay.
but I don't know that I don't remember outwardly saying like, "Hey guys, I speak the language."
Well,
I know
Balder's
you can
good
talk
with
to
languages.
serpents.
So
Yes.
we should.
Balder! You can shout out
Yeah, so
stairs.
Balder's upstairs while you're like down here, like going, this is really strange, and it kind of looks like it's
We can't read
from
it.
that neighboring
I'm probably-
city state
I'm
that we
probably-
can't read.
I'm probably using that language specifically to sing along to the song in my head,
Amazing.
but they're just
Yeah, so
I
So
don't
you
hear
see
you.
here from downstairs, Kale's like, Balder! Balder, can you come down for a moment?
there's a lot of stairs for the day, but sure. And I come downstairs. Yeah, hello, what's up? I didn't find anything except some really good pillows.
Can you read this?
Can I read it? I can read it.
Yeah,
What is
so on the inscription at the back of what looks to be a very fancy flute seems to be a gift of allyship to our friend.
This is a gift of allyship to our friend. It says so in the back.
Gift of allyship.
Aye.
The
From
house?
Also, this
Islandess
is
to Isenbridge or from Isenbridge to Islandess? I wonder.
this is the language of the Lancer that the people from where the Lancers are from speak.
Yes. So we think this may be Vitois' house. But why would the council come and meet at a foreign dignitary's manor? And why would a foreign dignitary have a manor this deep into Isenbridge territory?
I'm sorry, what did I miss?
We think that this is Lancer Captain Vitois' house. But it's strange that someone from Islandess would travel this close to Isenbridge to have a manor home.
Not if they're
It's
looking
not in
to-
Islandess territory.
Um,
And now we know there's an alliance between them.
I don't think that's quite as strange, actually.
Are you going to also look at the other inscriptions and the napkins?
Oh, there's
and
other
stuff?
things? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So some of them seem to be very, very similar. A gift on your most recent visit to expansion and growth. Another one is just Gustal hue, and then on the napkins seems to be a very, very fancy script in that you can barely make out in the stylization of the writing to possibly be hue, but it's hard to tell.
I can't read this. It's cursive.
They didn't teach
But
you
you
that?
stalled, you
I left
said,
from osmosis, all right?
like the ambassador for diplomacy, who we know
I,
has been brokering some sort of deal with Einlinus for ages.
it's these to me. They seems like either bribery or touristy like gifts.
Expansion, you said.
Aye.
Are they expanding into Isenbridge territory or vice versa?
I feel like that's obvious.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
The
only one.
Lancers trying to
Yeah.
invade the city.
I mean, there's got to be a reason why the Lancers and the General Guard are fighting, right?
So maybe our question is not what is Hopper up to, but what does the council stand to gain from selling Isenbridge to Islanders?
I don't.
It's,
What if it's
I'd,
not what they stand to gain? Is there anything that they stand to lose if they don't?
Hmm.
have we considered that maybe the council, while corrupt, are being further undermined by a foreign power? Spy ships are a thing.
That's true.
Or
And we know that there's an assassin in the mix.
We do?
Ace
Oh,
made it very clear that they were
right.
willing to assassinate anyone that we wanted. So I assume they do that sort of thing regularly.
I don't know that Ace would.
Ace asked me point blank if I wanted someone dead.
Yeah, I don't. I'm just saying. I don't think that's them working for
For
the
someone
Lancers.
else.
Yeah.
You think that that's just them in general?
Yeah. I mean, I've been willing to kill for you as well, so it's not that strange.
No. Okay. It's well, just because I don't like the answer doesn't mean it's not a good one.
No. Should we keep looking or should we settle down for the ritual?
I don't know what it means.
I mean, what are we going to ask the universe? I guess is the question.
I don't know.
We have two main avenues. We can
Mhm.
ask how we can find Leona before they get here.
Leona
Or
would be able to give us more information. Hopefully. Maybe. We don't know. We'd have to convince them to speak with us.
well, that's easy enough. It's the listening part that would be hard. Balder can just hold them in place. We can get them to hear us. It's just if they actually want to be a part of that conversation. What do we ask? Okay. If the council is actually corrupt, then
They are.
sure.
The
If the council
corruption seems to be
if
money
the
and
entire
power.
council is corrupt, then they either serve to gain something or lose something by interacting with Islanders.
And we don't know that it has something to do with the artifacts.
No.
We do know the
But
Lancers were looking for
Isenbridge,
it.
because of Vukan, was a place where many powerful artifacts were stored. It seems to be the place in past times where magical research was done. So it makes sense that we would have a higher than normal amount of quite powerful artifacts.
Out of character, we do know that you're looking for the amplifier, don't we? I remember.
You
I remember that
know
explicitly.
individually that Islanus was attempting to either make or
Right.
get an amplifier from people in your
And they
personal
wanted an
history.
they
And
wanted an
You were
alchemist
concerned
too.
that they
Yeah.
would want that.
Yeah, I just haven't
you-
told them yet about
yeah.
that because of the reasons. That's right.
Saldai made vague mention that Sabar was trying to get the artifacts out of the advisor's house, potentially out of concern for the Lancers trying to go there.
So I forgot to mention this because per so many things. I know for a fact that the Lancers were looking for the amplifier.
This one specifically.
Well, I don't know, but something like this before. Yes.
So they were looking for an amplifier and an alchemist?
Are they looking for an alchemist?
Well, they
We know
tried to
this?
kidnap me.
Right.
That was a while back in the beginning.
So Einliness is trying to do some great work of magic?
Probably.
And the council has sold us to that purpose.
I don't think the council did it. If the council had been dealings with the Lancers, then wouldn't that have been written in Sabar's notes? But Sabar's only spoke of corruption about the council, which, to be frank, is shitty, but it's like standard issue politics.
Sure,
You
but
said that this instrument was marked, it has Gustav's marking on it, correct? Or name?
Yes.
So the ambassador for diplomacy has been giving gifts to an ambassador from Einliness who owns a manor here.
I think those are his getting. This is his hoard of Lancer bullshit.
You're saying this is Gustav's house?
I think so. Otherwise, why? Like, nobody has markings of somebody else's name on them.
no, and none of these markings are anything that Eisenbridge even does. This
Right.
isn't these kind of like icons. This isn't in our entire history. This isn't. I did go to
So
some
we're in
classes.
Counselor Gustav's house, and it is full of gifts, bribes from Einliness.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's just the one that's been undermining the current government then.
And he brought them here.
Mm-hmm. It is his home, and
So
it's
what
far
is
away
he-
from the city.
So then, is he trying to kill the council?
Probably. I mean, if according to this they are expanding, then serves to
Then
figure.
probably. So then we certainly can't kill the council because that's the vacuum that's going to fill it.
Yeah.
Okay. So
So
But their,
we'll need.
their smooth takeover of the city has had a few road bumps lately since we
Yeah, 3 of them. Well, 4 of
turned
them.
the guards away
Hmm.
from
Yeah.
working with the Lancers
Yeah.
and got the populace to riot.
Mm-hmm. We've also probably accidentally kept them from getting all the magic items from Sybil's home.
certainly, because they're just somewhere.
With your
In
mum.
Vukin's hordes,
No.
likely.
No, the ones that you took from my house and then lost.
Yeah. I
Or are
don't-
you saying
Yeah.
that because they're with my mom who's lost?
Well, your
or-
other mom is lost, so they're
Right.
lost with your mum.
So you were
Yeah.
just being mean.
Well, no. Well, yeah. Sorry, I guess that is mean.
I
yeah.
forgive you. Let's
All right,
move on.
I'll pay you back later with some information from my past, so you can just stop asking.
I mean about the girl that you don't want to talk about?
Nope, not that one. So about this situation that we are in, and not the one from a long time ago. So I guess the question is, if this is all, because to me this all makes perfect sense. Do we want to ask the universe using your tea ceremony about this, or would we prefer something more tangible, something we can prepare with?
I wouldn't mind a moment outside to think. I think we need to all think about what question we need answered most.
Are you telling us to touch grass?
That's never served me wrong before.
It's true.
I hate grass.
Yeah. You're
And I think
muted.
with that is an excellent time for us to take a quick break for the players to get in their heads about
Think.
what they want to ask.
What
and for
fuck
all of
are
us
we
to take a
doing?
quick bio break. Thank you so much. We will be right back. Hope to see you again in just a couple of minutes. the Disaster GM. Pronouns are she, they, or any, and GM for this fine if disastrous group. I am here with my players for Empyrean Rising, a Cypher system-based TTRPG. As a gentle reminder, we are simulcasting on both Twitch and YouTube. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, etc. And we are also raising money for medical aid for Palestinians. If you want to check out the QR code in the corner of the screen, and or the links in chat and description. And we are coming back from break as the group goes outside to touch grass and figure out what they want to ask, and how in this this tea ceremony that Kale does with an attempted connection with the universe. And go.
I
We
think
all
Sybil is
walk
just
out.
pacing. Sybil's outside just pacing back and forth, mumbling to herself, and it's all of the questions that we as players have talked about over the last 20 minutes.
Balder's just gonna lay down, face down on the ground, and not move at all.
Are you by the pond? Do you want to go like?
You've got like one arm in the
Sit in
pond.
the
Yeah, I got my
pond.
tentacle in the pond, so it
Cool.
doesn't
Kale
shrivel up.
is gonna go climb a tree and just sit and meditate in a tree.
We are coping so well with the
We're so
responsibility.
We're doing really good.
Yeah,
Did
you
we
guys
walk
are
out into
doing
the front?
amazing.
In the back, where because like the lake's in the back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the large pond is in the back.
Oh, it's a large pond. Oh,
big
then
pond.
I'll just walk into the pond.
Oh, okay.
I'm just imagining the three of us walking
You
out at the same
literally
time with
just
these really
washed all of this
stunned,
off yesterday
Yeah.
because you
Yeah.
landed in the pond
stunned look on our
previously.
faces, and like Sybil just sits. Balder just walks into the water, and Kale just walks up a tree.
Like I am fully submerged, no bubbles because I can breathe on
Yes.
the water.
He's not gonna wash those clothes either. He's not gonna. We just got clean. Oh. We could ask if the council's in danger. That's a bad question. We're dangerous to the council.
Kale's like touching the branches. They take a leaf and they kind of smell it. They stare up at the sky.
I'm
Does
just
anyone-
gonna. Oh,
No.
yes, go ahead.
There's bubbles coming up from the pond. What's happening?
No, I was just gonna commune with the water and reach out to Baraloa for some potential guidance. What is happening? That's all.
And Sybil, you were also saying something at the same time.
Sybil's just like got her head in her hands again and is like, does anyone have any good ideas? And there is no one around her. It's just her sitting on the grass.
Yeah.
I picture
Great.
Corey just
Great.
grinning at you, but from the door. Just no thoughts, just
Do
smile.
you,
Just
Corey,
vibes.
any?
Yeah.
Do you have any ideas?
I was just kind of gonna, go with what you guys were doing.
Great, thank you.
Because I don't know most of them personally. Sabar trained us a little bit, but mostly other people trained us that worked for Sabar. So I don't. It's been bad in a subtle way for a while, and it's kind of gotten worse. So I'm just. You guys are trying to do something, and that's what matters. So I'm gonna try with you.
I'm gonna try to be positive about this. There's so much I want to respond to that. Kale, do you know where Balder went? Is he back?
I could see him in the water. I think I might have an idea. I think some time has passed now. Kale's like, we'll climb back down from the tree.
Yeah, communing with Paradoha in the water. Mostly, you're not getting a direct response. There is awareness. There is attention on you, but mostly what the music in your mind and the attention that you can feel just over your shoulder is that you are on the cusp of a great transition. Something is going to happen. Whether you are involved with it or not, something is going to happen that will cause a major change.
There's a little bit of bubbles on the surface of the water as Ball just goes, fucking shit. I will remain underwater until somebody calls for me.
Okay.
I mean, can you even hear us?
No. Probably not, but Alina, you're muted.
Yeah.
That's how
gonna
it
say,
sounds like for me.
Yeah, you
underwater.
blah, 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 blah.
Uh,
After that period of introspection and quiet, and Sybil's like, do we have a plan? Kale climbs down from the tree, and then we'll like walk over to the lake and just like take a stick and splash it in the water a little bit to try and get Balder's attention.
I'm just gonna bubble to the surface, like a corpse that had just let go of something weighing down, just like float to the surface, like
Just
yes.
Ophelia vibes.
Well, is it? Have you thought of anything?
I think I have an idea.
Okay, hold on, and I sink back down and walk out.
I was gonna say boot squitching, but it's like one boot and then one crab leg. Squish,
I
squish,
probably would have
thump.
left my boot inside.
Thunk, squish, thunk, squish, thunk, squish.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not like fully dressed since there's no expectation for combat, so I'm probably just in a shirt and my like
Your trousers.
trousers, and that's it. I still don't have my hat because it's in the ball of holding, and Sybil hasn't taken it out since I asked.
Do I have that?
I literally gave it to you. Yes, I
And
asked
said-
you to get it
Get
out.
I
this
gave
hat.
it to you and said, "Can you get my hat out of
I
here?"
forgot to that. Shut up.
Maybe you were fucking around with it while you were thinking,
Yeah,
trying to
Like a
pull
little-
different drawers open.
like a little Rubik's cube.
Yeah.
Okay, give me an intellect roll.
The cat's gonna yell at me real fast.
I hope she does. I liked when she came over and talked.
Oh, it's a baby. And she's talking again.
Aw.
Oh, that's a
Oh,
one.
here comes
No.
my
Oh
baby.
no.
Cannot have your
Oh,
hat
no.
back.
Baby. Hello, baby.
And in fact, I don't know what we're. Yeah.
You locked the.
Yeah.
You accidentally locked the bag of holding. You're like, oops.
Yeah, let's see. With natural 1 intrusion,
Yeah.
what are you carrying on your person?
Notebooks.
Your
I think she has
journal-
some other stuff, but it's just a lot of notebooks.
Yeah, your journal and one of your notebooks disappears into the ball of holding.
Fucking. Balder,
Right, yeah.
I tried to get your hat back. It didn't work.
Whoa. Did you lose something too?
No. Yes.
I'm sorry. I also lost one of my knives in there.
Lost my journal, and I just. It's not like my notes, it was my journal, like the journal I'd been just. If you find
You
it
keep
later,
it-
don't read it.
You keep a diary?
No, I keep a journal, and those are very different things.
Oh yeah, sure, for sure. Of course, yes. Whatever you say.
Just don't read it. If you pops
I
out
d-
later and you see it, just don't.
Well, there are other books in there. I'll let you know if I find it.
Sybil just like gets so fucking serious and is like, Balder, I say
Mhm.
this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not kidding.
Okay.
I will fucking kill you if you read
All
my
right.
diary.
I hope no. Don't do that. But also, how would I know it's yours if I don't read at least a part of it?
I put my name in the front.
Oh. It sounds like a diary to me.
It's not a diary. Ignore what I said before. It's not a diary. Just,
Okay.
Kale, what's your plan? You said you had an idea.
Right. Yes. Sorry. Kale's just been watching this sort of like a tennis match.
Please don't read it.
So have Ben and Corey. Well, Ben is
Yeah.
up at the front watching the entrance, but so has Corey.
Kale's like, so I had about a million questions, and we can only ask one. And all of my questions were very specific because there's so much we don't know. And I got lost in that for a little bit, but then I don't know, maybe it was just being quiet or being in the trees. Maybe they're helping me. I thought, what if we just ask what happens if we don't get involved in this meeting? What if we don't stop this?
I like that.
Sounds
I-
right.
That would tell us at least what we are trying to stop, what we're willing to give up our freedom and maybe even our lives for. I don't know. I can't think of anything better than that.
That's better than what I had.
What was
did you have?
yours?
What was your idea?
Oh no, it was wasn't that.
Well, you don't have to tell us if you don't want to.
I
No,
know.
I was
Um,
going to, but then you said that, and then mine's stupid.
I mean, there's no stupid ideas. We don't know what we're doing.
Well, that's
Anything
a
is
good one.
useful.
Just stop staring at me, please. That's a good idea. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Well, why don't we stay out here? I'll bring the tea stuff out.
Right.
Okay.
I feel like I have a better connection here in the gardens.
Can somebody bring Baldur a towel, please? She's just like looking at Ben or Corey. It's like,
Yeah,
please.
I got it. I got it. Then like
Thank-
Corey
What's
like
your problem with
scurries
being
off to
wet?
find you a towel.
You're gonna leave puddles inside. It's a
We're not
nice.
going inside.
I know, but
Gil
when
said
we
we're going to
go
be out here.
inside, you're gonna leave puddles, and it's a nice floor.
Yeah,
Are
we're
you-
going to have to start
Are you
cleaning up.
seriously caring about the flaws of our mortal enemy?
Yes, because they are not supposed to know we're here. So we're already going to have to clean up all the dishes we've used.
It will be dry
And the
in 2
linens.
days. Can't have any fun around here. Fine. I'll get dry.
Anyway, find
You know-
yourself a comfortable spot, and I'll be back out with the tea in a moment. I'll bring out my next nicest tea, because I've already used up our nicest tea.
Oh.
Bring out Pico, bring out some nice cups, and I will pick a few flowers on the way and just make it a nice little tea area.
All right, ready for
Okay.
the hemlock tea.
Okay. All right,
Alright,
so
now-
go ahead and set up.
Yep. I'll get
Right.
us to all sit down and like take some deep breaths, put some flowers around the teapot and let it steep, and do my ritual of preparing the tea things, preparing the water, trying to clear my mind as much as possible. And then just before we start, I'll say, I know we had Jax with us last time, and it was nice to have a fourth, but I don't know that we have any right to ask Corey or Ben to be involved in this.
Corey, you want to join?
I was about to say, and just as you were saying that, like a towel just gets thrown on top of Baldur as Corey just kind of pops out and just like goes.
I feel
Thank you.
I feel like I just collapse.
The weight of a towel, just
Well, no, because
too much.
I picture a full guard being way stronger than I am. So
No, it's just like he throws a towel on you.
oh
Yeah.
wait,
Plump.
you want to join? We're going to commune with the universe. I start drying myself.
Okay, I guess. I mean, like, the god thing didn't suck, at least, I guess. Okay. And then, like, he just kind of awkwardly shuffles to the side and looks between all of you and tries to, like, position himself in the same way that Sybil is, and
that
then
we are.
rearranges and tries to position the way that Kale is, and just like keeps shuffling his legs because he doesn't know what to do.
I don't know if I can find my tea prayer in time, but there we go. I got it. I'm good.
Okay.
We got this thing. So, Kale will have us sit down. Kale will sort of look to Cory and be like, just clear your mind. Just try to not think and just concentrate on the flavor of the tea. And then they will wave their hands over the teapot, which is now bubbling merrily, and say, water to draw out corruption. Add the tea. Herbs for quick healing. Fire to purify the spirit. And steam to lift our hearts to the skies above. And then they'll pour out a cup of tea for everyone. Now, drink and concentrate on the question.
Cory leans over to Balder. What question?
Oh fuck!
It's the one about
Oh,
what would
don't-
happen if we don't.
What would happen if we
Help.
don't stop?
Okay.
If we don't interfere tomorrow?
Okay.
Let your mind go clear and blank. And we will drink.
Okay. So, as the tea ceremony starts to sink in, and Cory sits awkwardly among all of you, just no idea what the hell is going on, because he was just like, okay, I'm having tea with you guys in the yard because talking with a goddess wasn't bad, so whatever ceremony. And then, like, you feel the inherent connection with each other, and there's like just the startled surprise from him as like he gets drawn into this ceremony with you. It's at least not panic the way that Ben had been kind of experiencing over the past day. But you feel the movement and yes, Cory look around like, am I drinking right? But you feel the movement and melody of nature around you. You feel the steam and warmth of the tea as it spreads throughout. You like just warming your entire body. And there's just this moment of stillness where even the wind through the trees seems to just halt. And there is just almost a heartbeat that to you, Sybil, is reminiscent of the dreams the previous night. Sort of like the convergence of all three of your various abilities tying together in the ceremony. And you see almost overlaid against the backs of your eyes as they close, trying to absorb yourself into the ceremony, a council of a variety of people. You see people that, for the most part, only Sybil really recognizes, because Sybil's the only one that has met most of them. Standing with Gustal Hugh is Captain Victoire and his lancers, as the council argues, words lost to whatever this vision happens to be. Just a heartbeat that somehow helps to bind together the strange melody that Balder always hears and the pulse and movement of nature around you. And then a flash of the sight of Jem. You see flashes of blood. You see riots throughout Eisenbridge. You see Gustal hanging from the bridge, the natural rock outcropping that Eisenbridge is named for. And you see the academy further destroyed as whatever happens, either a war between those still within the city or a war between those who oppose each other in the council, fighting, but most of the council is dead. Sabar hasn't been seen since the site of that council meeting where they were arguing. Leona nowhere to be found. And then sitting alone in a council chamber, like a meeting chamber, that only Sybil will have seen because it's the one that's actually in the city. Someone shadowed over their face, so you can't tell quite who, sitting at the head of an empty table.
Well, that seems bad. Worse.
Kale's the last one to come out of that vision, I think, because they go so deep when they're doing the ceremony. But when they do, they'll come out with a bit of like a gasp, like an intake of breath, and then their eyes will fly open. I suppose we have our answer then. Although I have so many more questions. Someone is going to try to overthrow the council tomorrow. Maybe Jem? Maybe they'll fight amongst themselves, and Jem will take advantage of that.
I hate this.
I agree.
You know, I was doing so well in life before I came to this godforsaken city.
That's fair.
I think it's clear we have to do something, though. That was not a future I'd want to live in.
If we do nothing, the council dies, and so do a lot more people.
And someone takes over and runs the
Just
city
completely.
on their own.
I didn't see Sabar or Leona. We started today thinking that we were going to kill the council.
We might be the ones that save part of it.
Saving's so much tougher, though.
Hey, yeah.
Doing the right thing's never easy.
Tell me about it.
Okay, so we talked to Leona. We tell them what's at stake. Are you raising your hand again? You could just talk. That's too.
The DM was
was
like,
that?
can I interject?
that?
Corey.
The universe.
Right. So we sometimes talk to the universe, and it gives us visions of what might happen. Or I'm
It's
not
like
really clear on that yet.
It's a 4-person process, though, so we needed an extra.
That's what we're trying to stop from happening. Remember how you were like, but why are you doing this? Now you know. It's because that's what's going to happen if we don't act.
So we probably should have given you some idea of what was
Context?
going to happen. Yeah, that was a little much to throw you into.
Oh yeah,
That
you want some rum?
sucked.
I don't have any.
It's kind of
Um,
nauseating, right?
Yeah. Uh,
I always
Yeah.
feel better afterwards, but
So-
I suppose it's sort of my thing.
I hate it.
so like
There's a lot going on inside my head, so
from
it's
the guys that
Yeah.
guard the meetings, I hear that they argue sometimes, but that looked a lot more than what they normally seem to argue based off of what I've heard. I've never been
Also,
high enough ranking to stand guard at a meeting.
it
Well,
doesn't
you're not higher rank.
seem like tomorrow is going to be a meeting as much as a coup.
well, the next day. I think
next
tomorrow
day.
they will arrive. Maybe. We don't know. I'm curious, though, that Gustal, who's the one who's bringing the Lancers in, it seems like, was the one who was hung from the bridge.
Well, why would he be needed after he gives over the city?
Right. So who do we think was running things afterwards? Vitois?
Maybe someone's pulling Vitor's strings instead. I don't know.
All right.
It could be Ace
It could be.
You think?
Or Jam.
or Gem.
Are we like so sure that Ace just isn't Gem?
I feel like I would know if that was the case.
That's fair. I just with somebody who can shapeshift, it's really hard if they're not in the same place at the same time. I just
Oh no.
It's true. Maybe Corey
The
here
last
is Ace.
the last time we fought Jim, he did something to me. To my
Mhm.
mind. Knowing that he's going to be here, maybe I don't know if we can prepare for it, but if I don't see myself, please stop me.
What do you mean?
if you don't see yourself,
If I don't seem like myself,
seem. Oh,
I think for a moment I saw all of you as enemies or people that I needed to stop. And if he did it once, he can likely do it again.
Hmm.
okay. So
Maybe it's good that I can't change right now. I don't know how you would stop me.
I mean, I
So-
can just talk to you.
we need something that will keep everyone still and quiet.
I can do one of those two things.
Alternatively, we could poison everyone because we did collect that before. That's a really good
I-
way to make people just chill out for a little bit.
I don't
If
want
we
to
do
kill
that,
everyone.
Yeah,
but
I want to
and
kill
I would-
everyone.
My plan with that was to give them just enough
Just
to
a
make them
little.
quite sick so that they're otherwise engaged.
Kale, could
You
you
know,
find something that would maybe make them sleep?
I might be able to. The problem with plant sedatives is that they tend to be very mild. That's why
Mm,
they're very safe to use. So something like chamomile, which I'm sure I could find around here somewhere, doesn't make you unable to go anywhere or do anything. It just makes you a little tired.
that would also require us to remain hidden while they all do whatever. We don't know if they even are going to eat or if they're just going to walk into an ambush.
true.
I imagine they would like it to seem normal at first so that they can get any lancers or other people in place. So
True.
they may come in and make it seem as normal as possible at first, which is why I'd hoped to be able to slip something into their tea then. If the containers are there, then they've clearly been unmessed with. I don't know. I should look in the woods again and see what I can find. If that was just me looking initially, but if I could find something like belladonna, I might be able to use a small enough dose that they're not just going to die.
Preferable. But if I can go into I this kind of feels on par with asking a god to teleport us 1,000,000 miles away. But I don't know that I'm actually capable of this. I pulled both of you into my dream. Could, in
Mhm.
theory, pull some of them into a dream and either get information out of them or
Could you pull Leona? That might be our only chance to talk to them.
probably. I know that I can pull you guys into my dream because I've done
Oh,
it.
so remember
What?
I was in the pond?
Yeah.
I kind of communed with Paradoha for a bit. Just figured I'd
Oh,
tell you. Big change happening. We're at the cusp of it, is the wording that my brain gave me. No
Right.
pressure.
I mean, that was already, yes, magic is reawakening. But I think they mean that it's something more
I mean, I think
immediate.
they were talking about like today, like what we're doing to stop the council thing happening, whether it's good or bad.
Right.
Yeah. Although, to be fair, I can hold people still. I just can't keep them quiet.
Quiet is one thing. Okay, so initial plan is that we need to talk to Leona, get them on our side.
Right, I just
Sabar could, in theory, also be on our side. This is all like preparation. I
Right.
What if
think
we were all
Nat
it's
20
asleep?
to Sybil has been redeemed.
Right. If they were all asleep, could you pull them all into a dream?
That's what I don't know. Maybe
Right.
I just now kind of understand how to do this at all. I've never tried with more than you two.
Or at
That's
least
a
maybe you
lot
could
of people.
walk from dream to dream and see what they're all thinking.
Yeah.
Well, there's still the question of, are we going to just remain hidden until they all go through the day and then go to bed? That's a lot of time for things to go wrong.
It
It
is.
is.
We should definitely be nearby enough to act. In the house itself, hidden seems safest, even if it does give us a chance of being discovered.
Well, if so Sabar's coming. Do we know if Saldai is coming?
I don't know.
I don't know either. But we know that people bring staff. We could try and just, I don't know, get rid of a couple staff members and take their place.
It's also clear to me that if Jem is coming,
And Ace.
and Ace, Jem is not part of the council.
No.
So the council
No.
meeting is going to occur, and then Jem will come and try something.
Yeah, who told Jem?
So, I mean, no one tells Jem. Jem knows everything that goes on in the city.
No, but these
Jem's
are
spies
typically
told
like
Jem.
yeah.
If Saldai knew, Saldai has various contacts elsewhere. So it's not a secret. It's guarded secret, but it's not. That's something Jem's good at finding out.
Also, I don't think we can take the place. Well, you two can't take the place of like a servant
Oh no, I'm
person.
obviously not. Look at me.
With the
Yeah,
hat?
but
It would have to be a very large hat.
I mean, people have weird hair. That's normal enough. And
yeah, but
have-
these people have actively seen the two of you.
And I'm very distinctive looking now. I have horns.
so I
Don't
can
necessarily fit in a hat.
what we're still talking about is the fact that you two need somewhere to be.
No, you two need somewhere to be.
I can go to Harper. I can just be a part of his council for a second. He won't love it, but I don't think he'll kick me out.
So are you going to just be here?
I could.
Or do we want to have you like run out of the woods and be like, I just escaped my kidnappers. Please help me, uncle.
I don't trust Sybil's ability to act.
That's so rude.
I'm sorry. Are you always like blurt out things? That's it's like a it's not like an insult. Like, I'm
Because
not
I
trying to be
have to.
mean.
I'm not in a ton of situations where lying is necessary.
Right. No, yeah, I'm not I'm sure you have the capacity to do it. Well, I'm just saying I have it is hard to imagine you lying because you always just kind of say the thing. Remember when we met, everybody was telling you to not say things, but you said them anyway?
Yeah, I've been working on it.
I'm sure you're doing wonderful. But I think the less complicated the lie, the easier it would be to have it
It's
pass
not a
through.
lie to say I
That
don't
you
know how I got here. I need help.
well, you do.
I don't know how I got here. I'm here to help. There we
Please
go.
tell
Both
us.
of those
Yeah.
are true. Hi, Uncle Harper. No, I don't know how I got here. It's crazy.
That would get you close enough too to perhaps read what they're thinking.
You also
Um,
could just, Balder, I
maybe-
know how much you want to stab me. Just, you could stab me in real life and then it's real and then I have to just.
I'm not going to stab you. Why would
That
I do
seems
that?
excessive.
Just a little bit.
No.
I feel like Harper would help me more if I showed up covered in blood.
I'm not going to stab you, Sybil.
I appreciate that. Tell your dream version that you don't want to stab me.
Look, I cannot. I'm not in control of my dreams. All right, they just happen.
That's so
Also,
weird.
out of character, Evie, how many council members are there?
Is it 8?
Several.
I think there's like 7.
7.
Yeah,
Yeah, let me.
it was a
I
lot.
have most of them written down. Hang on,
I
1,
gotta count.
4, 5,
There-
6,
there- I think
7.
there's, like,
I have
7.
7.
Yeah.
Out of
So,
character, I can convince up to 15 different people that I am who I say I am.
Yeah. So you've got the 7 council members.
Yeah.
You have
And
got
at the very least,
the
leader of
the
the
3
Lancers.
lancers. Yeah. So the
Right.
captain and his two lieutenants.
Right.
There are a variety of servants that are likely to be there. And
Okay.
there is the possibility of guards, but
Yeah.
not likely to be a lot of guards.
Okay, I think I have to say this because I think it's important. I am scary good at convincing people that I am what I say I am. I can convince the council that I am someone important enough that needs to be here.
Okay. What's your story? Who are you going to be?
Yeah, prove it.
That is okay. I am going to use spin identity right now. I
Will
can
it work on
convince-
us?
I can. It just says you
I
convince.
have an open mind, so
This is not a role. I convince intelligent creatures that can see, hear, and understand me that I am someone or something other than who I say I am. I can't impersonate a specific individual known to the victim, but I can convince them that I am someone that they don't know that belongs to a type of people, like from the government or a farmer from the next town over or your commander sent me.
Cool.
A disguise isn't necessary, but a good there is a role involved, apparently. My bad. But if I attempt to convince more than one creature, the intellect cost goes up. But right now, I have an edge of 3.
Yeah.
So
can
there are
convince
3
all of
people in
us.
front of me. I will just say, I am a member of the royal family of a country not far gone, from a distant away. And I need to roll for you. I guess I need to roll for you 3 to believe me.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, my
So
defense is
that is
hindered,
basic-
so
Yeah, it is basically an intellect role to influence someone else. It's not just a social interaction. This is an intellect role to influence others.
Yeah. Yeah.
Typically
social
a
interactions
deception
does
role.
affect.
Yeah, typically a deception role.
I have this. Okay. Yeah.
So you're trained, I'm guessing, in deception?
I am trained in deception, but I am also I'm specialized in pleasant social interactions. I don't know if that applies.
Not necessarily, because you are attempting to deceive someone.
That's fine. I will also put a level of effort into this because I
Can
have it for free.
Can I argue that magic training helps me in this because this is a magical ability? And
It is not actually.
Oh, it's not.
This is
just a
not a
speaker
magical
ability.
ability.
This is just a thing you could do.
This is just
Yeah.
a speaker ability that
Damn.
makes
This is
them
just me
really,
being
really
good at
good
convincing
liars.
people.
Yeah, they're just really good
And it's
liars.
not like it's not like we don't know this is still Balder talking to us. This is just, oh, Balder just revealed that he's been a secret prince of another nation all along. Why were you holding out on us?
Yeah.
Also, Evie,
Um,
can I'm gonna DM you real quick because I need your thoughts on this.
Okay.
I rolled a 13, by the way.
Oh, I should roll.
In
I'm hindered, by
defense.
the way, so I'm not good at this. And I rolled an 8, so I'm buying this hook, line, and sinker.
So
It's
watching
in the
for
private.
GM. Oh, it's in the private chat. Let me
Yeah,
get over to
yeah.
it.
The amount that I wanted to use a natural 20 on this, just to be like, no, fuck you. I'm so curious.
That's essentially what it meant.
Okay.
But it is up to you.
Not in this particular case.
Okay.
Unless you are using details that you know from that you are mixing in with the lie.
Understandable.
So are you using details from that to mix
If
in
I
with
am
the
asked-
lie to
if
try
they
and make
ask
it
me
more
questions-
more believable?
Yes.
Because you do actually have to talk to them. You have to tell them how it's not just
then, yeah.
a random statement.
Then yes.
Yeah. Because
Then
it's
yes,
it's not
I would.
just, hey, this is who I am. It's you are convincing them. You are deceiving them. You are going Prince Abubu with the genie parade.
Then yes, I would go into detail.
Okay. So as Balder stands there and just kind of sighs and goes, okay, well, I'm a prince, or as close as you can get from this foreign country. You're not going to be super familiar with it. It's just this island off of the coast, and like starts going into detail about, yeah, I'm estranged from my family and blah 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 blah.
Hale hits you on the shoulder and goes, "You could have told us this sooner."
Yeah, it's incredibly believable.
Very important stuff to know.
What was your role, Joel?
Oh, I haven't rolled yet.
Yeah.
Natural 20.
Oh my god.
So, like, Sybil, there's something about it that strikes a chord. Whether all of it is true, you're not really sure, because Balder has been lying to you
That is
since the moment that you
wild.
guys met, honestly speaking. Like, they've been lying about
believe
something
this
or other. Like, there's
forever.
always a lie mixed in. But there's gotta be some truth to this. They are somehow from, like, this foreign country or island nation or something, that they have some sort of, like, really, really high social standing. And I mean, Balder even knows the language of Islandus. It is entirely possible that this country is even allied with Islandus.
I hit you in the shoulder. I'm like, you could have told us this earlier. This is very useful for this planning. You've been
I've been
holding out on
telling
us.
you I could convince people. You just didn't have me try to.
Are you? So that was not true. I'm not.
But did you believe it or not is the question.
Okay, fine. So you can convince people. How are we gonna use that?
I could just convince the council that I am someone that is important enough to be there for the meeting.
So potentially with your own staff.
Potentially.
But they know who you are, Sybil.
But they don't know who you are. You could just wear a nice cloak and just follow Balder around. I could wear a cloak.
Well, they do know who's careless, but I can have Ben and Corey be my guard.
Yes, exactly. And I
Maybe
can
they
hide
saw me,
nearby,
want me here.
but Pico can come out and sneak around and try to listen in for me.
Okay, so it seems like the plan right now is Kale's gonna hide. I maybe gonna hide, but I kind of think, in theory, I'm gonna find Harper and see if he'll just let me join his group. And if he doesn't, then I don't know what I'm gonna do. And Balder's gonna pretend to be a foreign dignitary.
Yeah.
You could just gaslight them into thinking that there's an eighth member of the council.
Not going to try that.
Okay, that's fair.
No, but if you found out about this somehow and then rode here from your kingdom to be part of this meeting.
For spin identity to work, it has to be a reasonable identity. So, like, Balder wouldn't be able to say, "Hey, I'm from the moon." Balder wouldn't be able to say, "Hey, I'm an eighth member of the council," because the council knows there's not an eighth member.
Yeah.
But Balder would be able to say, "Hey, I'm this foreign dignitary that I happen to know a name that coincidentally you guys think that you've heard of before. Like, it is a reasonable enough name to where, like, I think, sure, I've definitely heard of that and I'm not just forgetting it right now." That type of effect. It's not a, like, I'm a one-eyed, one-horned purple people eater. I am a reasonable, like, disguise.
But if you can convince them that, and that Ben and Corey are your guards, then you need something to bargain with if you're here to be let into the meeting, I imagine.
I pull out the amplifier.
Precisely what I was thinking.
But I don't think I need to. I think I can carry enough weight around to just fancy myself directly into the meeting.
All of us into the building.
We are in the building, though. We don't need
well,
to
we're
get
outside
in.
right now.
Tomorrow.
Oh, well, yeah, that's a good
Or
point.
the next day.
It would be best if you rode up from elsewhere, I imagine, or if you met them here and said, "Hi, I'd heard about this. You're going to let me into your meeting, and here's why."
Balder, we could go together. Just say that you found me on the road somewhere. Maybe my kidnappers dumped me somewhere outside of town. And you happen to be going to this place, and I know my Uncle Harper is there. Maybe he can help me.
It doesn't make sense for a dignitary to be traveling without a wagon. I don't know if we could arrange something.
I can make one, as long as nobody looks at it for very long or touches it.
I could also simply just say that I sent for my things. I traveled here post haste, and left my.
I forgot that you could do that. If they see you at the gates and there is a chariot or a wagon somewhere nearby that they don't need to look at very much, they'll just assume it's part of the story. You rode here before them.
Well, I meant I could just pretend that I sent my cart away to gather my things as I am now over here, or I can simply just be here. They don't.
If Sybil can make it seem as though there's a cart here, it sells your story a lot more. Especially if you're trying to bring Sybil with you.
I mean, unless they see through whatever Sybil's going to make, in which case it pokes holes in my story.
No, so we park the cart down by the road and we walk up, and then it's far, far away and nobody touches it, and then we close the door and it goes away.
I think that's just more suspicious.
I don't think so. People are really, really not forgettable. They forget things very easily.
Right, but why would I leave?
Especially when there's a coup boiling
and walk up to here. I would just drive the cart all the way here if I was a rich brat.
Either way, I think we have a plan coming together, believe it or not.
So.
Oh yeah, Corey, what do you think?
I guess I could be your personal guard.
That's a good idea, buddy.
You'll have to remove some of the markings on your armor and uniform, but very plausible.
Remember that Corey is the one that put on some of the armor from the knocked
Yep.
unconscious
Mhm.
Lancer.
Yep.
So that's
You
actually
we're
hired
fine.
a lancer.
We'll
To
get rid
help.
of that before we get to the fight.
No, you don't want to. I
Or
feel like
modify it at the very least.
modify.
Mm.
So okay, we have how we're getting in the building.
I just don't think we need to get in the building. I think we can just be in the building already.
We can be here before they do. That doesn't seem too weird.
Yeah, they walk in and some other royal has walked in and made themselves comfortable. That's common.
I will search the woods for any herbs I can find to make them drowsy, which maybe will buy us a little time if they're actually going to have a meeting first. I'd rather them be not at their best, if any sort of treachery is afoot.
Actually, Kale, how would you like to be my personal cook? Once they
I
arrive.
don't think I should be visible.
That's my point. They're not going to go into the kitchen. The people that know you are not going to go to the kitchen because there's a random ass noble that just showed up out of nowhere, poking holes in their plans. But I can simply just be like, my cook is in the kitchen cooking and whatever.
You should probably do something about the way you are dressed.
All of this, just all of this.
We can probably
mean-
find some gloves or something.
Well, you don't look like a noble. I'm sorry.
No.
Oh, we're talking about Baldur.
Yes,
Yeah.
we should definitely dress Baldur up in something
Right,
fancy.
first off, I clean up real well. I just don't choose to.
Or
Two,
stay
Well,
that way.
I am a
very long.
traveling. I would be a traveling lord from a distant island nation.
Baldur, how? Stand up for a moment. I'm going to walk around and see
I
sort of
stand
your
up.
general build. You're much taller than Kale,
Hmm.
but Kale has some fancy clothes with them. All right. I'll have to add some panels in, especially across the shoulders, and you're going to need several inches on the leg because you're tall. But I can make some of my clothes work for you. Do we have a needle and thread anywhere?
We could check the mana for clothes.
Fancy people clothing?
We could check.
Why don't we? Let's see what we can find. Obviously, if this is Gustav's house, and he recognizes you wearing his clothing, that might be a bit of a problem.
So maybe nothing too showy.
True.
But we can fancy it up with some of my clothing. I have a brocade vest that if I let out the seams a little, I think you can fit it.
A dress.
Vest.
Oh, vest.
Vest.
Oh, I haven't worn a dress in.
Not that you wouldn't look nice in a dress.
Oh, I would kill it in a dress.
Absolutely.
I
I don't tend to wear them though.
Yeah, me neither. It's all right. I still think we don't really need to focus on the costume. I think we need to figure out what the rest of us are going to be doing in the process.
I think the costume's wonderful. It gives me something to worry about that's not this.
All right. Well, Kale focuses on getting me a costume. What are you doing, Sybil?
I'm gonna talk to Harper.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if he'll tell me any more. Read his mind a little bit. Honestly, I feel like the easiest thing would just be to kind of lightly poison him and then slip into his dreams and kind of get more information from him there.
The poison part we can do with, since we're aiming to have Kale be my cook.
Mm-hmm.
Or I can give you the powder and you can make up a cup of tea for him.
I could do that. Get more information from Harper, figure out what side he's on if we think that he's capable of being turned to our side, then do that. Otherwise, at least we'll know one way or the other. And then
Right, and we should touch base with Sabar as well to let her know what's going on. That a
Sabar
coup is
and Leona.
attempted that day. Yes.
That is
If
assuming
you could reach Leona by dreams, if you could bring us into her dream, perhaps.
how far?
that is assuming we will have the opportunity to talk. Things are going to escalate really quickly once we get there. Once they get
They
here.
They might. They might. Which is why it's good to have us all in position first.
Mm-hmm. Which is another thing. I don't think we should do the ghost carriage if that is power that is being
No,
drained
we'll
from
just
Sybil.
we'll just start in. We'll just be inside. That's
could-
fine.
You can make a ghost carriage indoors, and it'd be really
I
cool.
could.
Actually, if you can create illusions, could you create an illusion that would be that would hide us?
Not really. They're
Like a
really
fake
easy.
wall?
They're really easy to like
See
wave your
through?
hand through. If anybody touches them, they're gone.
But if like we're in the back of one of the rooms, and there's just a wall, and we are behind the invisible wall, and it just looks like this. It just looks like the room, but it's
I mean, if
really-
anybody looks at the wall at all, it's gone, and then we're just standing there.
oh, I see. Hmm.
I mean, gets up close to it, puts a hand on it, gates just a little bit too closely, it's done.
But we know that we have the power of illusions, right? You can make large illusions?
Yeah. In theory, pretty large. It has to be things that I've
Seen before.
dreamt of.
Hmm.
Wait, no,
Quite
you've
useful,
taken
though.
things out. You've taken things out of other people's dreams as well, haven't you?
Yeah, but they've had to be in dreams. So I can't just, I haven't dreamt of this place.
No, but if, say, you were to bluff and say that their house was surrounded by dragons, say,
Maybe from one window.
one window might be enough.
I feel
Maybe.
like this might just be complicating matters farther than they need to be.
No, we're just trying to find out how many tools we have at our disposal.
Hmm,
Illusions used at the right time can be very powerful.
That's true.
So we're going to talk to Harper and Leona and hope that one of those three people has a better plan.
Can
No.
you contact Leona tonight while they dream?
I can try. I don't know how far it goes.
We should try. And then the plan, as I'm hearing it, is to have Balder, you and Sybil will be here when they arrive. You're the foreign dignitary who found Sybil on the road.
Mm-hmm.
And these are your guards.
Mm-hmm.
I can try to hide myself away somewhere. And I can give you a satchel of something to put in the tea, Sybil. But then Pico will be with you to be my eyes and ears. And I'll be nearby to help fight if it comes to that.
Another thing that we should consider, are we going to stage this situation, this intervention, in the dining room? Or do we want to use one of the other rooms?
I think that depends on how the conversations with Sabar and Leona go.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I guess I'm just skeptical that that's going to happen at all before everybody else is already here.
I think that together, they don't go immediately into the council meeting. There will be some, I don't know, Harry stuff. They always do boring like minutes, and I don't know. I didn't really pay attention.
That's why I thought it might be useful for you to run into Harper on the road, Sybil, so that you have some time before you arrive for him
I
to
mean,
talk to you.
I can start walking. We know which direction he's coming from.
But that also puts you out
bad.
in danger on your own. I think we should all stay together.
No, I agree with that.
I think whatever happens, happens here.
I think so. I think so. Right.
So that's some form of a plan.
We've got
That's
concepts
certainly
of a
better than we
plan.
had this morning.
Yeah. And I can, if I get to dream, I can try and go back into that space. How much of my dream do you guys remember? You were there. Any of it?
I don't remember your dream. I remember you
That's fair.
coming along with me in the tunnels.
I remember
We were
stabbing you.
children,
Hmm.
but
I
I don't
also
think you were
remember
there
you
when I was
stabbing.
having tea.
I don't think I was. I was somewhere else where I could kind of do whatever I wanted.
Right.
Isn't that just where you are all the time?
No,
Oh,
Balder. I mean, like, I snapped my fingers and I was back at my house, and then I snapped them again, and then we were in the Grove, and then the tea house, and like I could control it, and maybe I can spend. I need
okay.
illusions.
Well, I think I am having some internet issues. Just a second.
Oh no.
No.
R.I.P. in peace.
All right, there we go.
Peace.
So yeah, you are clear again, but it kind of cut out where you were
Stuttered.
going.
Right.
I think I can try and construct a dream that I can pull things from.
Yeah, that's the gist.
About
of
where
it.
we were. Yeah.
And we can. Well, I'll try and talk to Lee. I'll try and see how far it goes. I don't know if I can talk to Leona tonight. We'll talk to Harper. After that,
I was just thinking, as much as I wish that Jax could be here, because it would be very nice to have him as backup, I don't think the hiding and wait
no.
plan is something he would be very good
Oh,
at.
absolutely not. No, this is the first time I've been glad he's not here in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. All right. So
Right.
we get my costume ready. Sybil dreams some sweet dreams tonight, and then we wait.
We see what happens tomorrow.
Corey, I need you and Ben to see if you can modify your armor to make it not look like you are a haphazard mix of
Come
other
along.
people's
We'll get
armors.
all of you dressed.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds like a plan. As you guys are starting to walk away, Corey just kind of looks at you, Sybil, very awkwardly, and then goes, "Did you see what I was doing in my dream? Please tell me that you didn't see my dream. You're not. You said something about permission. You don't have permission for my dreams. Did you see my dream?"
God, I love him.
Unless you were having a wrestling match with Ben, no. That sounds. I mean, like a literal wrestling match. Like a
Okay, then you're
literal.
fine. Please try not to. And then he just kind of walks really quickly away.
I have a feeling he was having a wrestling
ship
match.
Corey
with
Ben.
kind of
Ben.
wrestling match.
I ship Corey Ben.
Ship name Benny.
Okay, well that was bad. I'm gonna go make it look like I've been lost in the woods.
You already look like that.
In the dark.
Walks into the woods.
Sybil walks into the woods. Bye.
And then Kale's gonna haul everyone else upstairs for makeovers.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I will probably also help with that since I can.
Yeah, and when you guys go inside, Ben has no clue about any of this and just kind of goes along with it, going, "Okay, at least it's not a god.
Ben, come on, we're
At least
accessorizing.
Yeah.
it's not a god."
Right.
But yeah, great place
Oh
to
my
stop. We
God.
will come in next time, 2 weeks, for
Oh, no.
episode 42, The Confrontation and Answer to Everything. But
It is
yeah,
the answer to
so
life,
you
the
guys-
universe, and everything. So
Yeah, so you guys are doing great. You guys are doing great. You made a vague shape of a plan,
we
which is
a little bit know
more
what's
than
going
a lot
on
of people
now.
can say.
The essence.
It's more than a
of the
lot of
thing.
people can say.
I have a plan. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. So we will see how all of that pans out next time.
Kale still believes you're the prince of some foreign nation.
Yeah.
And will forever.
But great job. Wonderful. Proud of you. And as a milestone, welcome to Tier 3.
Hell yeah,
What?
let's go.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
We will discuss
three.
the details of that we'll discuss the details of that off stream. But I am
there was a
disaster GM
complication,
pronouns
apparently.
are she, they, or anyone.
There was a
Was there a
complication in the
we
chat.
missed?
We got
Where
a
did
bank
we-
of complication.
Oh,
Oh, we've
incredible.
got a banked complication from
no.
Mark
Oh,
Songs.
yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
we do.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
hold on
we
for
do.
that since I did not see that in the chat initially. Thank you so much, Mark Songs.
Incredible.
Beautiful.
That's what we need.
But yes, thank you so much.
Yeah,
I'm very
that's the
proud of
time to
that.
have
I'm
a
happy
banked
about that. Thank you.
complication.
Like the MLAS, we love you very much. You always
Saving our
give
butts.
wonderful,
But see what-
wonderful aid to the players. You are the VIP of chat for them. But I never get things from the chat. I never get things from the
good.
chat, so I
That
am
gave you a
very
present.
happy. Thank you. I have a present now. But yes, as I was saying, I the disaster GM pronouns are she, they, or any GM for this fine disastrous group and director of Altered Echo Archives. Let's go around and do our farewells and promos of the different things that we are doing and that you might want to check out. Starting with Alina, since I know that you've got some stuff to say.
Hey, I am Alina P. I have been Kale. We are both they, them. I have a stream this Tuesday, Trash Heroes, 5e, Goofy, actual play, twitch.tv/WeirdGeekComics. I have too many books out this month. They all came out at once. It's a problem. If you like Shadowrun or Cyberpunk at all, check out Magic, Mayhem, and Machines, a Shadowrun anthology. I've got a story in there set in the Native American nations. It's a lot of fun. I also have a free-to-read story out right now in Augur magazine. It is about a colony on Mars, and storytelling and the heart of storytelling. I really enjoy it. I want everyone to read it. It's free to read. I will put links in the chat. So I'm going to look down at my phone while everyone else is talking. Everyone else, talk now while I Google stuff.
For those of you who are watching on YouTube, also keep an eye on our Discord where those will also be shared in the promo channel. I will also throw a link into the chat for Discord for anyone who might be a silent watcher and want to join us. But yes, let's jump over to Maggie.
Hi, I'm Maggie. You can find me on the internet at Maggie Hun or _ Maggie Hun, wherever I managed to get that handle fast enough. I'm mostly here for right now. I was playing over on Fuzka's channel for a hot second, and then my real life decided to kill me. And now I'm mostly here for a little bit. I might be back over on Fuzka's channel towards the end of this month. We'll see. Fingers crossed. That's the goal. Maybe. It's a secret.
Not anymore.
It's a secret. But yeah, I'll be here. I'll post if I'm doing other stuff on my socials and in our Discord. You can see me here at the end.
Very awesome, very
Period.
cool. Yeah, keep an eye out on the various announcements and things. Links are in chat and in the description for finding our players on their socials and being able to support them for if you might be curious about other things that they are in. Last but not least, Joel.
Joel. I am staff here at Outdoor Echo Archives. You for however long this campaign will last, you can find me here on Sundays, sometimes this Sunday and sometimes some other Sundays, playing Baldur Mistforge, the gender fluid pirate who is so out of their depths. They're so out of the depths, they're on dry land. And then on Fridays, every other Friday, not this coming Friday, the one after, you can catch me playing the Witchwawa, Singer Fluffington, who is an adept now.
I love them.
Last session I Skyrim bucket headed our main bad guy with the lid of like a dish tray. It was so much fun.
Great.
Yes, and then I also body tackled the conductor.
Amazing.
If you want the context of that, you got to go watch.
I'm also in that one. I'm playing just a trash fire of an elf. They're a problem.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's such a fun game.
it's
It's
hilarious. And you tackled that conductor not just like full on bodied them. You tackled them with a nat 20 while shouting "fuck the police."
yes, I am
My
playing an
character has
actual
taught
Chihuahua, by the way,
my
for
character
the
has
record.
taught the dog to yell "fuck the police."
Yeah.
Also, there is the wonderful Amanda Panda Cabras there as well with
Yes.
us, playing a so funny straight man to the chaos that the other two of us are creating, but also bringing in their own chaos because they
Yes.
seem like the straight man, but they're just the more controlled chaos of the.
We only have one brain cell for the whole group, but they have it the most often.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then outside of AEA, I am a writer. You can find my writings on AO3 under my account, Joel Writes. I have The Lake of Crimson Tears there, which is a first-person story about a detective from a mysterious government organization going in depth, investigating why the local town's lake went from having water to having blood overnight. It's been an absolute blast writing it, and I have so many concepts of what's going to happen for this next half of the book because I'm like a chapter or two away from the middle point, so things are happening, and I don't know how to handle it.
So real, just in general.
I'm also going to be I'm going to probably start streaming this Tuesday. I don't know if I'll do writing thing. I know I said last time, like 2 days ago, that I would do writing things, but also I have video games that I want to play, so I don't know if I'll just stream those.
Valid.
We'll see.
Real.
Valid.
There's gonna on Joel Writes. I will maybe write. I might Joel play on Joel Writes. Who knows? If you would like to support me, I also have a throne and a coffee, which always helpful. Always love the support that I get on those. And that's it for now. There are other things, but can't say nothing yet.
Beautiful, wonderful. Check everyone out, do the things, click the buttons, etc. I'm Evie, the Disaster GM, pronouns are she, they, or any, and I am the director of Alter Deco Archives and the GM for Empyrean Rising and Once Upon a Reflection. Empyrean Rising is set to end within the next couple of episodes. We are at the climax, the big confrontation, which is what we were preparing for today. But as a special announcement for those of you who have managed to tune in this far, we are going to be bringing Empyrean back in a sequel campaign in the new year. We are going to be taking the holiday period off for a little bit of setup and break and allowing schedules to kind of be schedules during the holidays. But Empyrean Wilds will be coming back with at least some characters that you're familiar with. It's still kind of up in the air. Sometime in the new year, keep an eye out
We're gonna
on our
survive
socials.
this finale.
Yeah,
First.
yeah, you gotta survive first.
Who dies?
Yeah, you gotta survive
Who knows?
first. But yeah, so keep an eye out on our socials and on our Discord for announcements regarding timing, etc. But until then, you will at least have like the occasional episode of Once Upon a Reflection, the ending of Empyrean Rising, and possibly some other stuff that we've got cooking. But yeah, so I guess check things out, come chat with us, and we will see you next time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.